Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ray Fisher Stadium for today's broadcast of the Michigan Wolverines playing host to the USC Trojans. I'm Mourtzinos alongside Jordan Leff in a beautiful Ann Arbor day. Beautiful day for some baseball, Jordan.
I mean, it is a beautiful day out here. Sun is shining. We got a bouncy house out next to right field. Things are looking good.
The Wolverines at 10-6 take on USC. USC in their first Big Ten series got swept at Oregon. Oregon, a top 10 team in the country. But Jordan, what are you looking for in this game today?
You know, I think it's really going to be a pitching duel today. Michigan's been having the bats going in the last few games, but the opposing pitcher here for USC, Hunter Caden, 2-1 record, 19 innings pitched, 3.2 ERA. So all things considered, looking pretty strong out there. Same thing for the Michigan pitcher here, Lally. 18 innings pitched, 1-0 record, but only 10 hits given up. He's looking at closer to a 2 ERA, so pretty good duel we got.
Absolutely. Should be some great pitchers on the mound here today. Jordan, what are you looking for from the Michigan bats? Obviously, Mitch Voigt batting .403 on the year. Benjamin Casillas will be leading off today. .408 average on the season. How do they stay hot in this one?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. Mitch Voigt has been absolutely red hot in his last few games. But I think it starts at the top of the lineup with Casillas. I think .408 in the leadoff spot. He's got to continue to get on base, continue to give Mitch Voigt opportunities to get some RBIs. And I think that'll really be the key here.
Absolutely, absolutely. We should have a great one here for you guys starting momentarily as the Michigan defense trots out onto the field. Michigan, 2 midweek victories, one over Toledo, one over Michigan State, both big innings in the 5th inning, especially against their rival Michigan State. Jordan, can you just explain, having played baseball before, what does it mean to have a big inning? What kind of confidence does that give your team?
Yeah, I mean, I think baseball is really a game more about momentum. I think you see that a lot in the MLB. There's got teams like the Dodgers, the Braves, and the Mets with these massive lineups, but they could still get beat by any team in the MLB because it's really just who's hot and who has the confidence. So I think the fact that Michigan's been hot, Michigan's been having these big innings, getting these rallies going, the momentum is really real. I mean, I'm sure you had a similar experience when you were playing.
Yeah, absolutely. It just completely invigorates a team when you can just go around the order a couple times, plate some runs. There's truly nothing like it when it feels like the whole team is hitting, when you kind of get the pitcher on your heels. It's just a different environment, if you will.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. Absolutely. It's a special atmosphere.
David Lally Jr., the right-hander, is getting checked right now by the umpire. Make sure he doesn't have any sticky stuff that he's working with here in this one. Obviously a bigger problem in the majors than here, but still prevalent nonetheless.
Absolutely. Although they just started using the pitch comms here in college.
They did, yeah. And I wonder how much those work. I wonder how much these guys like it. You know what I mean? It's just...
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I don't know. I always liked getting signs from the catcher when I was a little bit of a pitcher, but eventually transitioned back to middle infield.
Yeah. How do you feel about the new ABS system in the MLB?
I don't like it, to be honest with you.
I hate it.
I'm a hater. I get, right? The umpires miss calls.
Yeah.
Everybody gets upset, whatever. I mean, makes sense, right? But I don't know. I'm a big fan of, I think there's human error in every sport, right? You can't replace the refs in the NBA. You can't replace them in the NFL. I think the umpires here, for the most part, most of them, 98%, accuracy rate. It's tough to get every single call right. I also think it takes out the beauty of pitch framing, something that, I personally love to watch. But before we get started here, one more thing to mention. Wednesday, March 19th is Giving Blue Day. Quality free student radio costs a lot to produce. We like to produce radio for you guys, especially on road trips. It would mean a lot if you're usually on our page, usually listening to our videos, if you could donate some money on Giving Blue Day. Again, that's Wednesday, March 19th.
Yes, definitely reach out and support. Very helpful to the organization. We really appreciate it. So thank you to all of our listeners.
Absolutely. Braden Dowd, the center field lefty, will lead off for the Trojans once we get started. .310 average on the year. what are you looking for out of a leadoff hitter? Obviously, you want to get on base, but what are you looking to see, from David Lally trying to attack out here?
Well, really, you just want to throw strikes, make him swing. It's early in the game, no reason to be shy. Just go right at him, make him hit the ball. I mean, last thing you want to do is start off with a leadoff walk.
Righty on lefty here to start. Lally on the rubber.
A little bit of a shift in the infield. Caruso over at third playing way in on the grass.
Pitch comes in, starts with a strike right down Broadway with the fastball there.
Adding to that shift as well, you got the first baseman hugging the first baseline, and Mitch Voigt over there at second, like 5-6 feet deep into the outfield. Definitely expecting a pull hit here.
Pitch comes in outside, ball one. Counts 1-1 here in the top of the first to Dowd. Lally sets on the rubber. It's hit into the gap between left and center field. Luckily, Turner's there for the first out of the inning. Fly out for Braden Dowd.
Yeah, and it was nicely hit. Had a little bit of air under it. You'd like to probably see a little cleaner out of the box if you're the batter there, but super easy work there for the left fielder.
One down here in the top of the first for David Lally. Braden Dowd just a little late on that fastball there.
Yeah, and Michigan's going to take the shift off here, though, although Mitch Voigt is a little bit tight up the middle here, so probably still playing pull.
Ethan Hedges, the third baseman, up for the Trojans. Pitch inside, ball one.
Not a bad pitch, though. Looked like it just missed.
Ethan Hedges, 387 batting average this year. On base percentage at 479. Dangerous top of the order here for the Trojans. Lally's pitch comes in high, ball two. 2-0 count to Ethan Hedges.
Yeah, and Perry probably not where he wanted to miss that pitch. You would have thought probably low and away there. Looks like that one got away from him a little bit.
Steps, fires, inside 3-0 count. You have to wonder if there's a green light here for Ethan Hedges on the 3-0 count.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to think so out of the two spot here in the order.
Lally fires. Inside ball four, and Ethan Hedges on first base here in the Trojans get a runner on first with one out.
Yeah, and Hedges hitting almost 390, so not surprising that they were a little careful with him there.
Now batting for the Trojans, the left fielder, Adrian Lopez, 259 on the year, has a runner on first, and you have to wonder, will Ethan Hedges be running here?
Hedges with 5 stolen bases on the year, all of them successful.
Lally in the stretch. Fires into Lopez, strike one. Swing and a miss from Adrian Lopez there. Lally didn't even look over at Hedges there on first that time.
Yeah, he doesn't have a too big of a lead over there either.
Lally shakes the sign from Miller. Betch fires back over to first to Longo. Pickoff attempt no good. Not really close.
Not really close at all. He was back in. Throw was a little bit off to the right, too.
Just trying to keep Ethan Hedges a little bit honest. Now focuses attention back on Lopez. Pitches in, check swing, grounder over to Caruso at third. Caruso has to go to first, holds it, and runners on second and first with an infield hit from Adrian Lopez.
Yeah, and Perry, that was really kind of a swinging bunt, even though it was unintentional. Caruso playing very deep over there at third. He didn't really have ever a chance to get in that ball, but good job getting it, collecting it, keeping the guy on second. And then also, great job by the shortstop to go over there and cover third base.
And now your DH, your cleanup hitter, Kevin Takeuchi, up here for the USC Trojans. 323 on the year. No home runs, though. Sophomore. Lally looking over at Hedges on second. Turns and fires. Strike one to Takeuchi.
Nothing wrong with that one. Michigan's going to elect not to hold the runner on here at first base, which would be Lopez, the left fielder.
Early jam for David Lally. 1 out, first and second. Lally looks back at second. Mitch Voigt kind of creeping up, turns and fires. Foul ball by Takeuchi, and 0-2 now to the DH.
If you're Michigan here, you're really looking for an out.
Absolutely. Force plays at third, second and first, everywhere but home.
This could be a pivotal situation for that momentum you were talking about earlier.
Lally on the first base side of the rubber. Still looking at Hedges, turns, fires, down and away, no good, ball one. Safe pitch there from Lally. That's what you have to do there.
Yeah, I don't mind throwing a little bit of a chase pitch there. You're probably looking for the strikeout. Anything to the outfield probably scores the runner on second. So yeah, not a bad idea to fish for the strikeout. Probably see him do it again here.
Lally fires into Takeuchi. Noah Miller tried to frame it a little bit up and outside. That will be ball two. 2-2 count now to the DH, Kevin Takeuchi. Miller sets up a little bit outside. Lally fires. Up and out. Ball three. Full count now. Payoff pitch forthcoming to Kevin Takeuchi. Kevin Takeuchi, the sophomore out of San Diego, California. 5'10", 180, but packs a punch. Payoff pitch from Lally. Runners go. Inside. Oh, strikeout. Excuse me. Strikeout looking for David Lally there. Throw down to third was not in time, so Ethan Hedges has a stolen base at third. Adrian Lopez has a stolen base at second. Now second and third, 2 out with Dean Carpentier coming up at the dish.
Yeah, and Hedges there had a massive lead at second base. Michigan should have seen them running there. It was at least 20 feet off a bag. Guy over there slides into third, absolutely no problem. Had the batter a little bit shielding the catcher on the throw there, probably didn't hurt.
Yeah. Dean Carpentier, the sophomore out of Huntington Beach, California, with 2 on, 2 outs. First pitch, up. 1-0 count here to Carpentier.
I don't know, that one looked pretty good to me, Perry.
Yeah, I was going to say, umpire took a little minute just to check that. Daniel Jimenez is your home plate umpire here today. Lally fires. That's good. Strike one. 1-1 count to Dean Carpentier.
Might have been a little bit of a makeup call there. That one looked like it could have been off the outside corner.
And with 2 outs, Hedges and Lopez are running on contact here, so base hit scores 2. Pitch comes from Lally. Hit foul down the third base line by Carpentier. 1-2 count now.
Carpentier batting about 270 and 222 with runners in scoring position. So, odds in favor of Michigan here.
David Lally steps, fires. Inside. Whew. Fans disagreed with that one. That looked like the exact same pitch that got Takeuchi looking. But regardless, 2-2 count, 2 outs, second and third.
Home plate umpire a little bit all over the place here in this first inning.
Not a very consistent zone here from Jimenez. Hedges halfway down the third base line, checks back up. Fouled it off again by Dean Carpentier.
Yeah, wasn't going to let that inside pitch go by a second time.
6th pitch of the at-bat here forthcoming. Nothing fires up like a team like outside of a big inning, but a long at-bat that potentially could end in a hit here. Lally steps. Fires. Base hit Voy at second. Keeps in front of him, fields it clean. Over to throw it over to Joe Longo for the 3rd out of the inning. And just like that, you know, a little bit riskier, but scoreless inning for the USC Trojans.
I mean, Mitch Voigt really putting his body on the line there. Really not having an option to catch that one with his glove. Just gets his chest in the way, picks it up off the ground and fires it over. One of the beauties of playing second bases. You got so much time over there to make a play.
Absolutely. Just truly kind of an interesting position, right? Because usually your best athletes, right, in the middle infield are up the middle in center field. And you're rolling to your right, yes. And those guys at second still have cannons for an arms. But the turn, I feel, from coming over on a double play is just so much more difficult than a shortstop has
So
it.
much more difficult. It's an underrated part about playing second base. The throw's much closer, but it's a lot farther when you have to stop your momentum on the double play. It's a great point.
Kane Hunter, the left-hander for the USC Trojans, on the mound here to start. 3.26 ERA, 2-1 record for Hunter this season. But going back to that top of the first inning here, how does that motivate kind of David Lally? Does that fire him up a little bit? You get Takeuchi on a backwards K. You get Carpentier to kind of hit a hard grounder. Admittedly, Mitch Roy had to make a pretty good play on it. But still, getting out of that jam early builds confidence for the rest of the outing.
Absolutely, but he threw more pitches there than you think he'd like to. I mean, walked 2 guys. Really not the way you want to get people on base. You know, puts a lot of pressure on him as a pitcher, probably impacts how long he can go into this game. And so, yeah, maybe he's got a little bit of momentum coming out of the inning, but I think the toll the inning took is not to be discounted.
Absolutely. Really good point there.
You know, one of my favorite things about this stadium is that the Michigan dugout has this giant riser under their bench. They don't put one in the opposing team's dugout. And so you see the entire opposing team, they're like 2 feet shorter than the entire Michigan team. It's kind of great.
Yeah, this is actually pretty interesting. Benjamin Casillas will be your leadoff hitter here for the Wolverines. The shortstop leads the team in batting average at 408. First pitch from Hunter comes in. Ball low, 1-0 count. That one looked like a decent pitch,
I
too.
mean, it looked pretty good to me. But
Hunter.
we will take it.
Third base side pitches into Casillas. Dropped by the catcher, Elliott. John Elliott, but that will be ball 2. 2-0 count here to Benjamin Casillas.
That one definitely no doubt about it.
Played in USC's backyard at Culver City, California. The grad student. Pitch comes in. Swing and a miss for Casillas. 2-1 count now.
I mean, he wanted all of that pitch. Big swing from the leadoff man.
Casillas steps back in the box. Pitch coming from Hunter. Swings, hit well into center field. But unfortunately, that is right at Braden Dowd for the first out of the inning.
That was hit pretty solidly, though. That's what you want to see. Line drives out of your leadoff hitter.
A.J. Roush now up at the deck. Has started in center field for the past couple games. Shifted over to right field in this one. The senior bagged 275. Pitch comes from Hunter. Outside 1-0. Roush, another grad student from Powell, Ohio. Hunter deals, fouled back by A.J. Roush there for strike 1. 1-1 count. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Hunter deals. Roush showed bunt. Checking the first play umpire for a check swing. He didn't go, but it didn't really matter. It was a strike anyway. 1-2 count here now to A.J. Roush. I don't think that John Elliott realized that the home play umpire Jimenez called that a strike there. Want to go check with Jason Stim, over at first.
Yeah, you may have actually gotten the call overturned.
Yeah. Pitch coming from Hunter. A.J. Roush leaves it low. 3-1 count now. Yeah, you're right. They did change the call. So now 3-1, perfect spot for a hitter.
Yeah, just going back to that bunt attempt for a second. Oh, actually, it looks like the manager is realizing sort of what happened here. He seems to be appealing.
Andy Stankiewicz for the Trojans is out talking to the home play umpire. Jimenez has informed him that it's 3-1. So, like we said, 3-1 pitch here coming from Hunter. A.J. Roush leaves it.
Right down Broadway. Going back to that bunt for a second, I don't think he really had ever an intention of laying down that bunt. I mean, I think it was just kind of for show there.
Full count pitch coming. Roush leaves it out and up, and A.J. Roush draws a lead-off walk, or one-out walk, excuse me. And now Mitch Voigt leads the team in homers with 5 this season. The junior second baseman. I actually was down at the IM a couple months ago, and I hooped with Mitch Voigt. Mitch Voigt and Cole Caruso, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Pitch coming from Hunter right down the middle. 0-1 count to Mitch Voigt. Mitch Voigt's a pretty good basketball player, I do have to say.
Yeah, I would imagine. He's a pretty good athlete.
Pitch coming from Hunter. Hit well deep into center field. Brandon down his back on the warning track, makes the catch. A.J. Roush heads back to first. Hit basically 390 feet. Just need 5 more feet there from Mitch Voigt for that ball to get out.
Yeah, the old 394-footer. Oldest trick in the book.
Certainly hit well, though, from Mitch Voigt. Noah Miller, the catcher now, up at the dish. A.J. Roush still at first. 2 outs. Noah Miller, the in-state kid from Monroe, Michigan, the youngest player in today's starting lineup. He's just a freshman. Pickoff attempt goes back. A.J. Roush slides in safely.
Yeah, I don't really understand that pickoff move. He's not very far off the bag. No real need for that.
Yeah, I don't even know if Carpentier signaled over to Hunter. Hunter focuses back on Miller. Throw coming back from John Elliott there over to Carpentier. A.J. Roush slides in safe. It's a strike, though. 0-1 count.
Yeah, first baseman almost ran over the umpire in the process. Carpentier getting a little ahead of himself, trying to go for the loose ball.
Hunter fires back over Carpentier, doesn't even try and apply a tag.
They're very concerned about Roush over there at first base.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe two and a half steps max over there. It's not like he's, Jackie Robinson halfway second.
He's 2 for 3 for stolen bases on the year also.
Pickoff attempt goes back again.
Nothing really to be super afraid of.
Crowd booing here. They want Hunter to focus in on Noah Miller at the plate. 0-1 count still. Swings, grounded over to short to Grudasek. Throws easy play over at first, and that will be it for the Wolverines. No Miller with the ground out as shortstop there. Grudzelanek makes the easy play. He will bat second in this inning for the Trojans. And obviously, right, if you're a lefty, it's easier to try and make that pickoff attempt to first, right? It's just straightforward move, whereas if you're righty, you kind of have to back off the rubber.
Absolutely.
And maybe that's why Kane Hunter looked over there, a decent amount of times there. 3 times that bat, in fact. But the inning ends without a Wolverine hit.
Yeah, not a bad inning, though. Had some traffic. Almost had a loud home run by Mitch Voigt. Turned into a loud out. But, put the ball in play. Good things happen.
Exactly.
Just a matter of time. And, I think Lolly here really needs to look to have a cleaner inning than last inning. High pitch count, as we said. If he could get out of here in 3 to 4 batters, get back into the dugout, get his bats back out on the field, I think Michigan could really take some momentum into that next stretch.
Absolutely. It's a great point. You want your starting pitcher to go deeper into the game. I know that's part of the game that's kind of obviously decreased in the majors, and however you feel about that, right? Pitchers are going 5 innings now. Even Paul Skeens, right? The Cy Young favorite in the NL, went 5-6 innings most of his outings last year. Usually it was 7 innings. Even guys when Clayton Kershaw was coming up. But yeah, like to see your pitcher gave you a quality outing.
Absolutely.
Once again, if you are just joining us, Wednesday, March 19th is Giving Blue Day. We would really appreciate if you guys could spare any of what you would be able to donate. It helps fund our road trips. We have a couple big road trips coming up next year, going at USC for football, and then obviously basketball, hockey within the Big Ten. So we'd love if you would be able to contribute.
Additionally, out in the scoreboard in right field, today is Pi Day. So if there's a 314-foot hit, a 3-1-4 double play, or the third batter of any inning.
Hits a homer, probably.
It's a home run, something like that. Something with a 14. I mean, it went away on the scoreboard here like mid-sentence, so I apologize. But we'll get that back to you when we see it.
Lolly's first pitch to Cade Higgins, the right fielder, is a strike. 0-1. Cade Higgins, second lefty in this Trojans lineup. Pitches again. That one's fouled out of play. Third base side. 0-2 count early here for David Lally.
Great use of the backstop screen.
Lally checking his pitch comm device there. His left wrist. Turns, deals, fires outside. Ball 1. Just trying to get Cade Higgins, the senior out of Las Vegas, to chase. Lally steps back, fires. That ball's fouled out, played down the left field line as well. Still 1-2 count.
Michigan's infield, again, in a little bit of a shift here. You got Cole Caruso playing basically where the shortstop would play. You got Casillas back behind second base. Mitch Voigt way out in right field. And Longo really hugging that line.
Pitch from Lally is good for strike 3. Higgins goes down looking. And Lally gets his second strikeout of the outing.
Higgins did not look too happy about that call.
I don't really know why. That pitch looked pretty good from up here.
Pretty good.
A little bit of off speed. Bryce Grozonic, the shortstop now, up for the USC Trojans. Batting .238 on the year. Your 7-hitter.
Yeah, and it's got to feel really good to get that first out on the first hitter.
Lally, first pitch up and in, ball 1. Lally checks his pitch comm device once again. Set up on the first base side of the rubber. Goes into his windup. Throws. Popped sky high. Casillas is calling for it. Going to his right. Makes the play. That's a pop out for Grozonic.
I mean, that ball was hit a mile into the air. I don't know about you, but I lost it as soon as it went over the visor here.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I had no idea where that was. Second baseman now making up the other half of that infield duo. Abri Covarrubias up for the Trojans.
Michigan fixing their infield shift. Caruso hugging the third base line now.
First pitch poured in from David Lally for a strike.
Shortstop Casillas hugging the hole over there at shortstop. And Mitch Voigt playing pretty much up the middle.
Covarrubias pretty far back in the batter's box. Right foot right on that line. Lally fires. Fouled down the left field line right at Cole Caruso. Made a nice barehanded play.
That was a nice barehanded play. If only it was fair.
Regardless, 0-2 count.
The fans here today really making a good showing. Lots of guys. Not a lot of empty seats.
Lally tries to go inside that time, just a little too far. 1-0 count, or 1-2 count, excuse me. Lally checks no Miller. Wind up, fires, ball outside, 2-2. Covarrubias, the batter, 2-2 count, 2 out, nobody on. Lally fires. Ball hit right at Cole Caruso. It's fair. Diving play, fires over to first. Unfortunately for the Wolverines, Longo had to come off the bag, and that will be scored. I believe it should be scored as a base hit for Covarrubias.
Caruso had to make a tough play there over on the third baseline. Hilariously, though, about 2 feet from the bag, as the runner was approaching first base, almost everything fell out of his pockets. He had a sliding mitt, 2 batting gloves, which you would think he'd be wearing since he just hit. Some other kind of leg guard, and they're all on the floor next to first base, which he's now scooped up and taking his lead.
Will officially go down as a single. for Cougar BS. As now John Elliott, the freshman catcher at the plate, takes strike one. USC has the take signal up on on the first pitch here.
Yeah, a great first pitch there, especially if they had the take signal. But without knowing that, really just to come back sort of really strong after that infield single.
Lolly pitches. Grounder hit to Cole Caruso. Much easier play this time. Fires over Longo for the third out of the inning.
Yeah, that's really a tailor-made double play ball, but already had 2 outs.
I think the Wolverines will take that every inning they can get. Just if they don't need to make a double play, they don't need to make a double play, right?
I mean, truer words have never been said.
I have to say, you know, for Ray Fisher Stadium, obviously Michigan's a good baseball program, but, you know, not Virginia, not TCU, not Vandy. Beautiful, like, backdrop. You got this Carroll Hutchins Stadium, the softball field out in left center, big house out in right. Just beautiful.
You do. I mean, what a lovely scene out here.
I mean, making it better, you know, mid-60s, low 70s, March spring day. Doesn't come here often in Ann Arbor.
I mean, it really does not.
I remember growing up in Boston, our baseball games would be postponed until, you know, we'd have a snowstorm late February. All the fields would be ready, and then they get pushed back another 2 weeks. And all of a sudden, our opening day is, you know, April 5th or something. Just a shorter season.
Yeah, you definitely did not have that problem growing up in Atlanta.
No.
We had some cold days for sure, but nothing that could cancel a baseball game.
Will Rogers, the DH, will lead off for the Wolverines. Kane Hunter comes out for a second inning.
Rogers having a nice year on the mound for the Wolverines, one of their top relief pitchers.
Yeah, won two-way player of the league or of the week last week, as awarded by the College Baseball Hall of Fame.
It's a modern-day Shohei Ohtani. You heard it here first.
Will Rogers, the next Shohei Ohtani, as quoted on WCBN Sports.
We're calling our shot.
Another lefty on righty matchup. Michigan's lineup, 9 righties, just right down the order.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Consistency is key.
Absolutely.
Rogers is batting an amazing 400. Looks to add to that. That ball is drilled, but unfortunately it's going to go 311 feet, and the wall is 312.
Yeah, it was a deep fly ball there to Adrian Lopez on the first pitch. Pitch that he just missed. Got a little bit early. I believe that was off speed there from Kane Hunter, but regardless, that is out number 1 for the USC Trojans, and Cole Caruso, your third baseman, comes up to the plate.
Yeah, and sadly, even if it did make it the full 312 feet, they decided to build a giant wall out there, and so it probably would have just bounced off.
First pitch to Cole Caruso is low. 1-0 count.
Caruso, the senior, hitting almost 300.
Kane Hunter works fast. Second pitch comes in. Cole Caruso swinging a miss. 0-2 count. Or 1-1, excuse me.
Yeah, that cutter in on the hands there was nasty.
Yeah, that was a lot of movement. Kane Hunter already in his motion. Lines up, throws, fires to Cole Caruso. Fouled back, up and out of play. 1-2 count now for the senior out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah. And it's interesting. They built this net back here. It's not very high.
No.
You would think they wanted to add a couple feet to that guy.
No, if we had a glove, I might be able to catch something.
Yeah, we almost had that one. That was in the booth about 3 doors down.
Kane Hunter dumps one in the dirt. 2-2 count to Cole Caruso. Caruso winds his bat on his right shoulder. Pitch comes in, inside again. Full count now to Cole Caruso. Battled back from that 1-2 count. Cole Caruso also a pretty good basketball player. Not as good as Mitch Voigt, but better shooter. Pitch comes now. That hits him. Doesn't matter, though. It's ball 4, and Cole Caruso on base with a hit by pitch.
I mean, by land or by sea, all that matters, you got to get on base.
Colby Turner, the left fielder, now up at the dish, batting 192 on the year. Does have 6 RBIs, though.
Yeah, batting 192 on the season, but with runners in scoring position, he goes up to almost 270. So the time is now.
It's called clutch. Can Hunter focuses on Colby Turner there for strike one, swing and a miss. Cole Caruso average size lead over there at first. Can Hunter checks him. Turns and fires to Turner. Strike. Elliott fires it down to first. Carpentier had to make an acrobatic catch there to keep out of right field, but Cole Caruso safe at first. That pitch was a strike into Colby Turner, so now Colby Turner facing an 0-2 count.
Yeah, that's the second back pick that the catcher Elliott here is almost lobbed into the bouncy house outside right field.
Hunter fires to Turner. Turner fouls it down the right field line, out of play. Still 0-2 count. The back pick was one of my favorite plays growing up. You know, you give a little signal, you see the guy at first kind of just puts his head down, walking back to the bag. A little fun play. Made my fair share of errors on that. Can Hunter fires back into Colby Turner. Swing and a miss for Turner, strike three. And 2 outs for the Michigan Wolverines in the bottom of the second. Joe Longo, the first baseman up for the Wolverines. Senior batting .286 this year. Cole Caruso shortened his lead just by half a step or so. Hunter focuses on Longo. First pitch is down and in. Ball one.
Caruso hasn't even attempted to steal a base this season, so unlikely that today will be the first day.
Yeah, Hunter hasn't thrown over after throwing over 3 times last inning. Hunter deals into Longo. Longo back up the middle. Too high for Hunter. And then an error made by the second baseman, Clover Bias, and that will go down, I believe, as an error.
Yeah, that should be an error there on the second baseman, but really it wasn't his fault. The pitcher sort of tipped the ball coming back up the middle. Should have let it go. Would have been an easy double play, but slowed it down, forced him to try to make a barehanded play. Tried to make the play with his glove anyway. Sort of bobbled it, and that gave him enough time. Looked a little bit flustered with Caruso sort of running in front of him on his way to second there.
Agreed.
Probably didn't hurt. Nonetheless,
officially will go down as a hit for Joe Longo Jr. It was a tough play regardless for Coverbius. As you said, just kind of hopped up on the mound. But now Greg Pace Jr. has 2 out and 2 on. First pitch is in. 1-0 count to Greg Pace, the junior center fielder.
Great scenario here for Michigan to make some noise with 2 outs. Single scores a run.
Kane Hunter turns, fires low. 2-0 count now for Greg Pace Jr. If he can get on base or get a hit, that'll bring up the top of the order and Benjamin Casillas. Hunter checks back second, fires into Pace. Pace hits a fly ball down right field line. It will go foul.
Ball was crushed.
Yeah, it was hit really, really well. 2-1 count now for Greg Pace. Crowd getting a little excited. PA announcer trying to cheer him up.
Yeah, you know, I missed the walk-up songs. I don't know why they're not doing that today.
First and second for Greg Pace, 2-1 count. Hunter turns, deals, fires. Strike 2, outside corner. Nice pitch by Hunter there on that fastball. Should be a 2-2 count. The scoreboard reads 3-1. Umpire signaling 2-2. Scoreboard eventually gets it right. Hunter fires. Greg Pace, liner right to Carpentier. That was a base hit, but Carpentier was shifted just a little bit towards the second base side. But well hit ball by Greg Pace.
Yeah, that was an absolute rope. Happened to be in the right place at the right time, or that was 1, maybe 2 runs.
2 left on base there that inning for the Wolverines.
But it's good, though. You saw Michigan really starting to apply some pressure there. That's really all you can ask.
Agreed, and they've had their fair share of, you know, piece balls, quote unquote. They had the Mitch Voigt one to center, the The one hit out to left by Will Rogers was hit pretty well, and then that one by Greg Pace is a base hit, most of the time, but good play over there at first by Carpentier.
And so this far, like we expected, a little bit of a pitcher's duel, but we've had some traffic. Looking to see really who's just going to break through here first.
Absolutely. There's really nothing better than the ballpark, on a nice spring day before. I think this weekend, it's actually going to drop back down to 35.
I mean, that would be great. It is so hot.
A little bit of a tease from summer from Mother Nature.
Yeah. I mean, the sun is out today. No doubt about it.
No doubt. Fidgeting with the little window we have here.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a Clorox bottle kind of wedge here. It's a little bit of a DIY day here in the booth. We're having fun, though.
Braden down, the leadoff hitter now at the dish. The lefty sees the first pitch from Lally, lets it go. Ball 1-0 count to the sophomore. 0 for 1 on the day, flied out to left field earlier. Lally waiting for the signal, turns, fires into down. Ooh, no Miller tried to frame that one on the outside. Ref didn't budge. 2-0 count now to Braden Dowd. Pitch count for David Lally, 35. 19 of those are strikes. Deals. That's a strike. 2-1 count right down the middle.
It's a great pitch.
Scoreboard reads, did read 3-0 for a second. Eventually gets fixed to 2-1.
Yeah, they're having a little trouble out there today.
Lally, wind up, fires. Fouled right back. If that net isn't there, if it's a little lower, I think we're making that play.
Absolutely. I mean, the net is just barely there to make that one for us.
2-2 count for Braden Dowd. Nobody on.
It would be so easy to just add a net.
Agreed. Pitch from David Lally on the outside corner. Ball 3. That looked good. No Miller wanted it, but Jimenez, the home plate umpire, did not budge. 3-2 count now. Cole Caruso once again shifted over to the second base side of the bag. That pitch is in for ball 4. And Braden Dowd on base with a walk.
And see, that is not what you want to do to start an inning. Leadoff walk almost always scores.
Great.
Especially in a game this tight with this much traffic on the bases.
Ethan Hedges, the third baseman, now coming up at the dish. David Lally sets. Holds. Fires. Inside, ball 1. Referee zone has gone, or not the referee, excuse me, the umpire zone has gone a little bit smaller.
Yeah, seems to be tightening up as we go here.
Braden Dowd has a decent lead over there at first. David Lally holds an extra beat longer, eventually fires into Hedges. Hedges hits a ball deep to right field. Tracking. Just foul. That was a homer if it stayed fair, but just kept on tailing right. That'll be strike 1.
I mean, that could not have been foul by more than 5 feet.
No, that was pretty close.
That was as close as it gets. But it was hit over the foul pole, so it's almost impossible to tell.
Treading right at that Buddy's Pizza sign there and right, and just kept on tailing, kind of like a golf slice. Eventually got into foul territory. 1-1 count, though, for Ethan Hedges. Lally checks back to Longo. Pickoff attempt, no good. Safe at first.
On base here, Dowd 2 stolen bases, caught stealing once, so 66% success rate. Does not go that often.
Lally from the stretch fires back to Brain down. Tag just a little bit late from Longo, safe again.
Had him hesitating for a minute there, though.
Agreed. That one was closer than the first one. Lally. Brain down's got a little bit of a bigger lead this time. Fires in Hedges. Ball hit single to left field right at Colby Turner. Brain down will check up at second base, and first and second, no outs for the USC Trojans.
Yeah, and a great relay play there from Michigan to get that in quickly. Hold down at second base.
Ethan Hedges with a single. Been on base both times today. Walked in the first inning. Single in the third. They did just change that Joe Longo hit back to an error, actually. That was just changed. So they officially called an error on the second baseman.
Love to see proactive scorekeeping.
Bunt here is laid down. Safe at first is Adrian Lopez. Just a little bit late on the throw from Lally. Cole Caruso was playing back because he had second and first. Lally turned, fired, non-time over to Joe Longo, who could not get Adrian Lopez at first. And now you have Kevin Takeuchi up at the dish.
Lally, actually, I thought made a great play there.
Yeah.
But just not quick enough.
It's a tough play, right, when the third baseman has to play back on that. And that was a perfectly placed bunt, right? Right down the line. Pitcher had to basically travel the whole way. Noah Miller wouldn't have been able to get there any faster.
Yeah, and he really put the bunt down at the last minute. I mean, there was no time to prepare for that one at all.
Agreed.
I mean, now you're just seeing that leadoff walk sort of haunt Michigan here. First guy gets on, see a single. I mean, now you got bases loaded, no outs. A little bit of a sticky situation here.
Tracy Smith out to check on David Lally. Infield joins him. We'll head back to the dugout. Tracy Smith, 60-56 record here at the University of Michigan, his third year as manager. Came over from Arizona State. But Kevin Takeuchi in the first inning struck out looking. Just the ball to the infield, scores a run over Brain out over there at third. Hedges at second, Adrian Lopez at first. Bases jacked for Takeuchi. Pitch comes from Lally. Takeuchi, big swing, strike one.
Strikeout here would be huge. Michigan with their corners in here on the defense, looking like anything to the corners, they're going to go to the plate. Anything up the middle, probably try to get a double play and surrender the one run.
Lally in the stretch. Winds up, fires. Takeuchi hits it straight up. Mitch Voigt out to right field. Called off there by A.J. Roush in right field. A little too short for Brandon down to tag, and that's one out.
And I mean, there you go. That was the hardest one.
Agreed. Little in-betweener there. Mitch Voigt was out there. A.J. Roush eventually came out there and waved him off for the first out of the inning.
Great communication there by the Wolverines defense.
One out, bases jacked for Dean Carpentier, the first baseman. Corners, first baseman in. Outfield playing a little bit in. Pitch from Lally. Strike one.
Great first pitch. Get ahead early.
Looked like it kind of froze Carpentier up a little bit. I don't know if he was expecting. That was on the inside corner.
Caruso oddly playing back. Both the corners. Oh, I guess they're trying to shoot the double play now.
Lally's pitch is fouled out of play by Dean Carpentier. 0-2 count now to the sophomore first baseman.
Interesting strategic decision here to try and turn two from the corners with one out here.
Yeah, I think we would have.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah, growing up, we would be, I think, middle back.
Yeah, I think we go, middle back, corners in here.
David Lally turns, fires to Carpentier. That ball's hit down the right field line for a single. Carpentier's going to go to, and he's going to be safe at second. They're waving Lopez in from first. Throw comes in time. No Miller gets the tag down. Adrian Lopez out at first. Dowd and Hedges both score. Dean Carpentier into his second on a double.
Yeah, and to be honest, that was horrendous base running. I don't know if it was on the third base coach or if it was on the runner there, but he was rounding third as Mitch Voigt got that ball in the infield. I mean, he was dead to rights. Throw beat him there by 10 steps. Could almost have turned around and tried to get in a pickle there. I mean, that was terrible.
A.J. Roush got that ball in quickly after it went under the diving body of Joe Longo over at first. So now Cade Higgins up at the dish. Gene Carpentier on second. 2 outs, 2-0 lead for the USC Trojans. Pitch comes in, ball up. 1-0 count. But I agree with you. I don't know if A.J. Roush just got that ball in extremely quick. It was a great relay by the Wolverines. Throw coming in at home was phenomenal. But still, Adrian Lopez had barely rounded third by the time that Noah Miller got that ball.
I mean, he started on first base.
Yeah.
That's pretty far.
Pitch good for a strike from David Lawley, inside corner. Yeah, and especially when the ball hit on the ground back to first, you know, you have to check up a beat if you're the runner.
Absolutely.
David Lawley still from the stretch. 1-1 count to Cade Higgins, the right fielder. Also struck out looking. The second inning. Hits a little chopper down the first base line. Will go foul. 1-2 count.
Yeah, and I mean, you hate to be the first team to surrender the 2 runs there. Really a big momentum swing here for USC. And still not out of the inning.
1-2 count to Cade Higgins. Lawley fires. Base hit up the middle. Mitch Voigt almost made a phenomenal play there. Greg Pace couldn't get the ball in fast enough, and that'll score a run. Dean Carpentier comes around to score, and Cade Higgins single.
Yeah, and Voigt there didn't really have a chance to get the out there at first, but he may have held the runner from going home.
Yeah, well, made a phenomenal play even just to keep him there. But 3-0 lead for the USC Trojans now in the top of the third. With Gradzilinek now up at the dish. Second inning, he flew out to the shortstop. Casillas has a runner at first now, 2 outs. Pitch coming in from Lawley. Strike 1. A little off speed there.
Higgins has a healthy lead over there at first base. Wouldn't be surprised to see a pickoff attempt here. Maybe another back pick.
David Lawley. Focus now on Cade Higgins. Checks back over. Good call by Jordan there. Pickoff attempt was no good. Joe Longo just couldn't get the call down quick enough. 0-1 count.
Little closer now over there at first base. Pickoff did its job.
David Lawley fires inside. Cade Higgins did one of those where you run a little bit halfway, stop, just try and get the catcher to look at you. No, Miller didn't bite.
Shake and bake.
1-1 count for Gradzilinek now.
Stretching the lead a little bit again.
Lawley fires. Foul tip. Strike 2. 1-2 count. Lawley in the stretch. Fires. Higgins went. Doesn't matter, though. It's a foul down the third base line.
Definitely running there on that pitch, though.
Yeah.
Look for the slide step delivery on this next one.
Lawley on the first base side of the rubber. Has 1-2 to Gradzilinek. Fires in, check swing. Ooh. Jason Stidman at first rules that he did not go.
Crowd is not having it.
That looked like a strike anyway. It wasn't, but 2-2 count now. I mean, can't really tell from this angle, but looked pretty close to going on that one. Lawley fires back to first. Third base coach was on it, called back for Higgins. Joe Longo didn't even have time to apply the tag. 2-2 count to Gradzilinek. Lally chooses to throw back to first. Higgins just walks in safe. Didn't even have to slide that time.
It's interesting with 2 outs. I mean, for me, I wouldn't even worry about the runner at first. I'd just go after this hitter.
Yeah,
especially with 2 strikes.
Exactly. Lally fires now. Hit through the 6 hole.
Well, I guess that's why you worry about the runner.
Higgins stops at second. Just a little bit outside the outstretched arms of Benjamin Casillas there over at third. And David Lally's pitch count is up to 60. And now, Aubrey Covarrubias has a runner on first and second. 2 outs.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Michigan here, not at all what you wanted to see. Bases almost loaded again with still 2 outs. That oh so elusive third out.
Covarrubias hits one right up the middle. That'll be a single. Greg Pace is going to come up firing home. Doesn't matter. Higgins slides in safe. 4-0 lead here for the Trojans, first and second.
That was actually a pretty good throw.
Was a pretty good throw. Just Higgins was moving around that bag.
Well, we're going to rinse and repeat here. First and second again.
3 straight singles here for the Trojans between Higgins, Grzelnek, and Covarrubias. 4-0 lead for the Trojans as John Elliott comes to the dish. Has 1 runner in scoring position.
Yeah, you know, bottom of the order here, 2 outs. Really want to get this one. Don't want to turn the lineup card over.
Lally gets the first pitch by Elliott to be fouled back for strike 1. 4-0 lead for the Trojans here in the bottom of the third. Lally looking back to the runner at second. Hit up and out of play, though, by John Elliott. 0-2 count.
Putting the car windshields out in the parking lot on notice. Two outs here, 2 strikes. If I'm Lally, I'm not trying to get him to chase. I just want to get out of this inning, going right at him.
David Lally tries to throw it off speed. A little up. 1-2 count. Grzelnek, the runner at second.
Yeah.
Covarrubias, the runner at first.
Looked like a curveball there that just never sort of dropped for him.
Yeah, it looked a little 12-6. Lally checks back at second. Chooses to pitch. John Elliott fouled it off himself. But fighting here in this at-bat.
Yeah, and again, I mean, just another high-stress at-bat that Michigan has to pitch through. Not what you want to see.
4-0 lead for the Trojans. One, 2 count, 2 out, 2 on for John Elliott, the freshman catcher. David Lally pitches it, fouled it back up, out of play. First at bat, John Elliott grounded out of third base. Cole Caruso. John Elliott's fouled off 3 pitches this at bat, though.
Looking pretty sharp so far.
Michigan beginning to have somebody warming up in the bullpen. Can't tell exactly who that is. A little too far for my eyes. David Lally fires in. John Elliott hits a liner right at Cole Caruso. And that'll be the end of the inning. But USC bats 9 guys, plates 4.
Pretty nice day at the office there for USC in the third.
4 runs there for the Trojans. 5 hits in that inning as well. Still left 2 guys on base.
Yeah, but all things considered, that was pretty efficient, considering they had them loaded with 2 outs, cleared it, and then almost loaded them again.
Yeah. Dean Carpentier at the big hit of that one. Scored 2 on his double. Adrian Lopez was thrown out, coming to make it 3. And as you said, we got some Pi Day festivities here right by home plate. 2 students will be competing in a pie eating competition. Looks Looks mostly like whipped cream.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a whipped cream based pie here. Maybe some Cool Whip. They're really going after it. I think the premise here is that they can't use their hands, so it's just face to pie. And they're really going at it. I really wish you guys could see this. I'm gonna try to give you the play-by-play here. Guy on the right is using a little bit of like a circle the dish kind of strategy here. Thinks he's done. Shows it to him. Judges say, yes, he has. Good thing he's wearing a white shirt because there is whipped cream all over it.
Great analysis there of the pie eating competition.
Yep. I mean, you came for the baseball game, but you stayed for the pie eating competition.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
A little memorial bat there that it's pretty small. I don't know what he's gonna do with it, but it'll look great on his desk one day. He's gonna head for the showers.
Yeah, I can get maybe some swings. And here we're back to the pie day. If it's a 314 base hit, and if the third batter of any inning faces 14 pitches, then people will win pie days. You have to scan a QR code to enter. Don't have an exact count on how many people have chosen to do so. Bottom of the third here for the Wolverines. Top of the inning, though, Benjamin Casillas up at the dish. 4-0 deficit for the Wolverines. He flied out to center in his first at-bat in the first inning. Hunter fires inside. That's a strike. A 1 count here to Casillas.
Michigan really needs to get something going here.
Casillas fouls that one back out of play. 4-0 lead for the Trojans here. Bottom of the third. 0-2 count to the leadoff man, Benjamin Casillas. John Elliott seems to be having some trouble with his pitch comm device.
Wouldn't have happened in the old days.
No. You know, it used to be 1
glory
fastball,
days.
two curve, 3 slider. But analytics and technology have taken over baseball, so we have the pitch comm device now. 4-0 lead for the Trojans. 0-2 count here in the bottom of the third. Michigan still hitless. Hunter winds up, fires into Casillas. Casillas hits a chopper to the shortstop. Grzelnek, he fires over to first base at Carpentier and gets the out. Nice play by Grzelnek.
It was a nice play. Charged it well. Got it with the glove. Threw it on the run. Very nice.
A.J. Roush up at the dish now. In the first inning, he walked. Got stranded at first, though, unfortunately. A.J. Roush. First pitch from Hunter is a strike, 0-1 count.
Yeah, the scoreboard really having some trouble here. They think it's 1-2 with no outs. None of that's right.
Yeah, it's 4-0 here, bottom of the third. That pitch is inside. Nearly hit A.J. Roush, but he took it. Should be 1-1 count.
Yeah, it should be. Michigan's still looking for their first hit here.
Pitch comes in from Hunter, fouled back by A.J. Roush, 1-2.
Really just looked like an uncomfortable swing there. Michigan's still looking to settle into this one.
Caden Hunter works extremely fast, though. Already in his windup, deals, fires, and A.J. Roush. That ball's outside, 2-2. Good take there by Roush.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't get more than 5 seconds into this pitch clock. I used to hate pitchers that did that playing Little League.
Smart, especially against the top of the order. He fires again. That ball's inside, but strike 3. A.J. Roush goes down looking.
Yeah, and I mean, between you, me, and the wall, that was a terrible call. That would almost hit him.
John Elliott was set up pretty far inside there on A.J. Roush.
I mean, and he still had to move inside.
Might have fooled the umpire there. Mitch Voigt now at the dish. Hunter's first pitch. Low. Interesting. 1-0. 1-0 count now to Mitch Voigt.
Yeah. Umpire has not quite found his consistency yet.
That off-speed pitch from Hunter
Looked
is
like it
good
was
for
in
a
the
strike.
same spot.
Yeah, looked pretty similar. Mitch Voigt in the first inning. Fly out to deep center. Hunter fires again. Mitch Voigt hits a ball over the third baseman. Going to go all the way down to the wall. Adrian Lopez out there. Mitch Voigt in with a 2-out stand-up double here for the Wolverines.
First hit of the day for Michigan. It's a little celebration on second. Mitch Voigt stays hot.
And now Noah Miller has a runner in scoring position. First inning he went, grounded out to the shortstop Grzelnek.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, Michigan needs to bring this run in. At least start chipping away.
4-0 deficit. Bottom of the third here for the Wolverines. Temperature still has not cooled down as we pass 5 o'clock.
No, it has not.
First pitch coming in for Miller is down and in the dirt. Ball one. John Elliott thought, maybe briefly for a second, of throwing it down to second, but decided against it. Hunter in the stretch now. Only like the third time all game we've seen this. Fires into Miller. That's good for a strike right down the middle. Maybe on the inside half of the plate.
Yeah, that's an interesting take there. You'd think Miller would want to be really aggressive.
No Miller in his 4 RBIs on the season. Hunter checks Voigt at second. Fires back in. Swing and a miss for Miller. 1-2 count. Covarrubias trying to hold Mitch Voigt a little bit at second, trying to go in and out.
Yeah, I mean, Miller really needs to choke up here and get something in play.
1-2 count. Hunter briefly takes a look at Voigt. Throws it in Miller. Miller, a little bit inside out swing. It's going to be in for a base hit. But unfortunately for the Wolverines, Covarrubias makes a phenomenal play to keep Mitch Voigt at third.
Yeah, but I mean, nonetheless, they needed that. Good first and third situation here for them. It was a nice play, but never had a shot at making the throw. Voigt honestly may have had it if he came around the bag hard.
Yeah, it was a weakly hit ball, but Covarrubias had to travel a long way as he was trying to hold Mitch Voigt at second. Allowed No Miller to get on the dish, and now Will Rogers, who flat out to left just an inning ago, has a chance with 2 runners on, 2 outs.
Yeah, and I don't mind the not sending Voigt there with a guy as hot as Rogers at the plate coming up.
Kane Hunter fires into Will Rogers. That's outside. That pitch looked decent again from Kane Hunter. You have to wonder if No Miller's thinking about stealing over there.
I mean, I would be shocked. Hasn't stole a base all year. First and third situation. Don't want to make the last out stealing a base. But I guess you'd rather do it second.
Pitch from Hunter down in. Down low, 2-0. Great. Obviously, if you're, Tracy Smith and the coaching staff, you hope that you have a faster runner out there. But regardless, 2-0 count.
You're not in a double play situation, though. So, I mean, while you
Exactly.
do want to get in scoring position, it's not paramount that you get them across.
Will Rogers hits a chopper down the left field line, foul. 2-1 count for Will Rogers, the DH. Michigan has 2 hits this inning. Back-to-back 2 out. Voigt hit a double. Noah Miller hit a single. First and third here for Will Rogers. 2-1. Kane Hunter in the stretch. Deals in. Fouled back and out play by Will Rogers. 2-2 count. I didn't even see that one come off the bat.
I didn't either.
As the sun begins to set just a little bit more, it's going to get even harder to see. The only shade is in center field there where the big block M kind of creating a little wall.
Yeah, batter's eye doing good things for the center fielder today.
Kane Hunter checks Noah Miller at first. 2-2 count still to Will Rogers. Noah Miller safe at first. Will Rogers, little wag of the bat.
Pretty big lead at first considering he's not going anywhere.
Kane Hunter, pitch inside of Will Rogers. Another inside out swing goes foul. As I'm sure Dean Carpentier was hoping that would stay fair.
Yeah, he looked like he was trying to toe tap a little bit like an NFL wide receiver. Couldn't quite get there though. Sort of the 2 bases on the over there at first and just missed it.
4-0 deficit for the Wolverines. 2 guys on, 2 outs. Hunter deals, gets Will Rogers swing at pitch in the dirt, drop third. Elliott gets up and fires over to Carpentier at first to get the 3rd out of the inning.
Yeah, it was a hard fought at bat there. Not what you want to see, but at least he ran it out on the drop third. Love to see the hustle.
4-0 as we head to the top of the 4th here at Ray Fisher Stadium in Ann Arbor. Once again, Wednesday, March 19th is Giving Blue Day. Quality free student radio costs a lot to produce. Your generosity and your contributions will help us cover the Michigan Wolverines in all sports, both Rev and non-Rev sports. We have some big road trips coming up this upcoming year, traveling to USC. Also, we'll cover most Big Ten basketball and hockey games, women's basketball, men's hockey, within a driving distance, so your contributions will be greatly appreciated. But with that being said, 4-0 as we head to the top of the 4th here in Ann Arbor at Ray Fisher Stadium.
Yeah, Michigan really needed to have a quick inning here. Pitch count is super high for Lawley. Could honestly get pulled in this inning. He's already at 67 pitches. If he gets over 85, I would say, decent chance his day is over here in the 4th. And Michigan would be into their bullpen pretty early, all things considered.
Braden Dowd will lead off for the Wolverines. Walked the last inning, ended up coming around to score that run for the Wolverines as well. Top of the 4th here in Ann Arbor. 4-0 lead for the Trojans. David Lawley coming in to face Braden Dowd. Lawley winds up, fires. Strike 1. 0-1 count for Braden Dowd. Flew out to left in the 1st inning, walked in the 3rd. Lawley fires in again. Braden Dowd, single.
That is pieced.
Over right field, A.J. Roush. That's perfect at MLB The Show. Right over Mitch Voigt's head, and the leadoff single for Braden Dowd.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely tattooed. One hop the right fielder who's playing extremely deep. Got out in a hurry.
Ethan Hedges walked in the 1st inning, doubled in the 3rd. Now has Braden Dowd, the leadoff runner, on first base. Batting .397 this year. 22 RBIs. Junior 3rd baseman. Lawley fires strike 1. A little off speed there to Ethan Hedges. Lawley checks first. Throws to Hedges. Hedges hits one right to Casillas. Casillas flips to Voigt. Voigt over to Longo. Double play. 6-4-3.
That is tailor-made. One step to his left
Wolverines.
for the shortstop. Easy flip over to second. Plenty of time to make the throw. I mean, that is just what they needed.
Great turn by Voigt at second. Cleanly fielded by Casillas. And 2 outs now. As you said, they did need that. Adrian Lopez up at the dish. Had a had a single in the 3rd inning. Had a single also again in the 1st inning. First pitch in there, first strike from Lawley. 0-1 count. Lawley fires. That one's low. Ball 1. Sophomore left fielder Adrian Lopez sees the pitch from Lawley, swings and misses on an outside pitch. 1-2 count now. David Lally has a chance to have a quick inning here.
Voigt playing very deep over there at second base.
Yeah.
Not really sure why.
David Lally fires inside. Ball 2. Good take there by Adrian Lopez. As you said, Mitch Voigt pretty deep, also shifted over towards the second base side.
Yeah, he's way deep in the hole.
Everybody else pretty normal spots. If anything, the center fielder Greg Pace has shifted over a little bit. That's a fly ball hit to right field. AJ Roush is back. Makes a nice catch traveling left. And that'll be the third out of the inning. 1-2-3 for the Trojans. And David Lally gets a nice quick inning.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that's exactly what they needed to do there. 1-2-3 inning. Nice double play. Great catch there in right field. What's interesting to me about that, though, is they had him shifted super heavily to the pull side, and then he almost hits a home run to opposite field.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Greg Pace was kind of on the little bit shifted right, but then they were kind of closing that right center gap.
Right.
That ball was hit pretty much down the line, maybe 10 feet fair.
Yeah, I mean, either defying the odds there. I'd love to see the spray chart.
Outfield race now here at Ray Fisher Stadium.
They're going foul pole to foul pole?
Foul pole to foul pole. They're sprinting. I don't know if they're going to run out of gas.
Yeah, they're moving.
One guy's in long sleeves and pants.
Yeah, but he's got white shoes. The white shoes, that's the key. That's why he's crushing him. He's moving in the white shoes. Yellow shirt, I mean, this guy runs.
Pretty anticlimactic finish there.
Yeah.
White shoes, yellow shirt, yellow pants in a 70-degree weather wins the race.
Yep. I mean, who'd have thought? It's interesting. I used to hate running foul poles. It was a punishment for me when I didn't do something well. You know, made an error, dropped out, do some push-ups, run a foul pole. They just went out there and did it because they felt like it. I mean,
kudos to them.
Yeah. I mean, get your cardio in, boys. Good stuff.
Cole Caruso will lead off the inning for the Wolverines. As Kane Hunter, who's been pretty efficient, 53 pitches through 3 innings. Cole Caruso was hit by pitch on the first time up. In the second inning, excuse me.
Got some ice. He's back out there. Absolutely nothing to worry about for the senior.
First pitch from Kane Hunter. He fires in. Strike 1. Fastball right down the middle. You would hope that the bottom of the order can kind of spark the Wolverines, similar to how they were able to do for the Trojans in that third inning. Cole Caruso lets that one go, ball 1. 91 miles per hour. Kane Hunter once again working extremely fast. Cole Caruso fouls that one back. 1-2 count. Kane Hunter sets, gets into his windup, pitches it into Cole Caruso. Cole Caruso grounder over his center. Cuvier Bears fields it a little bit less clean than he would have liked, but able to have plenty of time to get it over to Dean Carpentier. And that'll be 1 out for the USC Trojans.
Yeah, the second baseman, again, very excited that he's playing second base.
Yeah.
If he's at short, that guy's safe. He gets an error. And it's a very unhappy coach.
Yeah, Cuvier Bears was able to knock that one down. And then, obviously, at second, you have that time that we talked about earlier. Kane Hunter's first pitch to Colby Turner is outside, ball 1.
Yeah, this USC team has really got some great baseball names.
Yeah.
Some awesome pronunciations. A lot of fun. Like to give us a little bit of a challenge.
Kane Hunter's second pitch to Colby Turner. He swings. Deep drive to left field, center field. I believe that ball was robbed. That was a robbed home run by Braden Dowd. Jumping, leaping at the wall.
Wow.
That's a home run there. That little billboard out there set a little bit behind it. I kind of lost that ball. That was hit deep to center field. Colby Turner robbed of a home run there.
That sucks. That was hit 396 feet, just enough to get over, and he Just reached over and grabbed it.
Joe Longo will chop the first pitch he sees over Ethan Hedges at first. Fields it cleanly, throws over Dean Carpentier. 1-2-3 inning now for the USC Trojans. As we head to the top of the 5th inning here in Ray Fisher Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Wolverines are hitting balls hard, but just not to the right places here today.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say over the fence isn't the right place, but just needed a little bit more gas on that one, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, overall, they're just hitting it right too, guys. You had the line drive right to the second baseman. You had same thing happen in left field. I mean, just a little bit unlucky.
Mitch Voigt also hit one deep to center earlier in the game.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Wolverines trot once again. David Lally Jr. out there to start his 5th inning of work.
Yeah, we only threw 7 pitches in the last inning. Pretty incredible. Not 7, excuse me, 9 pitches in the last inning.
Trojans will trot out Kevin Takeuchi to lead off the inning. Their cleanup hitter has a fly out to right and a backwards K here in this one. Still, though, a very dangerous hitter.
Yeah, still 303 on the season, despite the tough luck so far in this game. He's hitting 444 though when he leads off the inning.
Wow.
Looking dangerous when he's fresh out of the dugout. Although he's a DH, so I guess he's always fresh out of the dugout.
David Lally checking his pitch comm device on that left wrist. Yeah, correct. Left wrist. Almost forgot my right and left for a second. As we tick 10 seconds left on the play clock. Lally working from the stretch. Takeuchi inside, strike one. That was a pitch. That was a strategy that I used last inning. Maybe helped him work a little faster. Maybe messed up the timing of some of those guys. But Lally now using tempo just like his counterpart, Kane Hunter. That pitch is up for ball 1.
Yeah, he's really hammering this inside of the plate sort of consistently through these first 4, now 5 innings.
Yeah.
I mean,
David Lally gets Kevin Takeuchi swing and miss, and now 1-2. David Lally has a chance to strike Takeuchi out. Looking for his 3rd strikeout of the day. Pitch is outside, down and away. Ball 2, 2-2. Count now. David Lally, first base side of the rubber, still in the stretch. Steps back, fires. That ball's hit up into the right field. A.J. Roush is back under it and able to make the play for the first out of the inning for the Wolverines.
Yeah, great technique there. First step back, followed it into the shadow.
First step back, words that will be ingrained.
Absolutely. Heard it many a times.
You get burned going first step forward once. Dean Carpentier now, the sophomore first baseman, up. Lets the first pitch from David Lally go inside for a ball. Doubled and scored a run the last time up in the 3rd inning. Lally fires inside again, 2-0. As you said, just trying to hammer the inside of that plate.
Yeah.
Once again, 4-0 lead here for the Trojans in the top of the 5th. 1 out, 2-0 count.
Interesting defensive scheme here for Michigan. Infield playing pretty much normal. Mitch Voigt a little bit deep, but the outfield is completely shifted towards right field as he hammers a ball towards the left field line.
Pretty foul there from Dean Carpentier. 2-1 count for the Wolverines. David Lally working a little bit faster now. Check swing by Dean Carpentier. Checked it pretty well. Inside part of the plate. Goes for a ball.
Looked like a strike anyways to me.
Scoreboard reads strike. Umpire didn't signal that, so we're going to go with a 3-1 count. Scoreboard's been a little off today.
Yeah, they're just thinking what we're thinking.
David Lally pitches. That one's skied high by Dean Carpentier over in foul territory. Mitch Voigt over there make the play, second out of the inning.
Yeah, a nice play there by Voigt to call off the first baseman. Great communication there by the right side of the infield.
Yeah, Joe Longo was over there. Mitch Voigt, middle infielder, has usually the preference there, able to call off Joe Longo and make that play. It's now Bryce Grudzielanek, the shortstop here. Cade Higgins up. The right fielder hits a grounder, single for Cade Higgins, and he's up and on first base here for the second time today. Right through the hole between Voigt and Joe Longo for a base hit.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing with this turf, too. That ball never bounced. It hit the ground and then just skidded all the way out into right field.
2 out here for the Wolverines. As now it's Bryce Grudzielanek, the junior shortstop, up at the dish. Has Cade Higgins, who we know he can run, on first. Pitch one in for a strike, swing and a miss by Grudzielanek.
Pretty tight lead over there at first base for Higgins. Extends it a little bit.
Grudzielanek crowding the plate a little bit. Pitch from Dean Lally. Right down the middle, a little off speed. 0-2 count now. 0-2, 2 down.
He has thrown the same pitch on this inside corner of the plate like 8 to 10 times now, and I think it's 50-50 what it's been called.
Yeah. David Lally turns, fires. They're calling a balk, I believe, as Cade Higgins will go over to second, get free base. That will go down as a ball, so 1-2 count now. I don't think he was set for that full second there.
Yeah, he's trying to get that tempo going, and he's not.
And now you have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. 0-2 count still. Grudzielanek hit one deep into left. Turner's back at the wall. And eventually Greg Pace calls him off and makes the play. And that'll be 3 outs there for the Wolverines.
About halfway through this one now. That was a needed play there.
Yeah, Wolverines had to get out of that one, especially after the balk.
Yeah.
You know, you put a guy like Cade Higgins in scoring position. They're running on anything with 2 outs. Greg Pace Jr. now up before it will get to the top of the inning for the Wolverines.
It's the old baseball hat shuffle happening here on the Jumbotron. Although it's with block M's and another ball. See if we can keep track of this one. Pretty sure I already lost it, but we'll see.
Definitely interesting that they're not going with, baseball helmets, instead choosing to go with.
Yep.
Interesting decision from the crew that chooses the in-game entertainment for the fans. But I'm sure the fans, you have to be thrilled to be here today. Just beautiful weather. Obviously, the only part that's not going well is the 4-0 deficit for the Wolverines. But other than that,
I mean, yeah, other than that. It'd be nice if we could score a run here,
Agreed.
Get the crowd going. Smells like they're making some popcorn over there at the concession stand. That's sort of dragging up here into the booth now. Making me hungry.
Yeah. Greg Pace Jr. will lead off the inning. He lined out at first base in the second inning. If you remember, he had 2 guys on. That was probably a base hit in most situations.
Probably. We're going to see. Pace here is going to lead off the inning for Michigan. Batting just 105 on the season. Good thing he's fast.
John Elliott throws the last one down to Grudzielanek, and Greg Pace here getting ready to step into the batter's box.
Again, though, 105 on the season, 250 when they're leading off. All these guys love to lead off.
I was never a fan of leading off.
Where'd you hit in the batting order?
I hit second, then as my batting, got progressively worse, I began to hit 6, 7. First pitch now, Greg Pace swings, fouls it back. 0-1 count.
It's a humbling experience going from 2 to 9.
I was a defensive player. It's a pretty clean fielder there, over in the middle infield. Pitch coming from Kane Hunter. Down in the dirt, 1-1 count. As you said, all these guys hitting, in high school, lead off, second. There's a lot of really good baseball players. Kane Hunter pitches, that one's down as well. Greg Pace 2-1 now.
Hunter sitting here in the low 80s, between 84, 85. That one at 92.
That one's outside for ball 3, 3-1. Wonder if they will opt to give the take sign up here to Greg Pace, try and get the leadoff guy on base, something they haven't been able to do today. That one's down and away anyway, and Craig Pace will lead off the inning with a walk.
Get to put that speed to use.
And now you flip it over the top of the order and Benny Casillas.
Pace, 1 for 2 on stolen bases this season. 50% success rate here. Out of 2, I guess, really. So, surprised that he hasn't stolen more than that. Although that may have something more to do with the 105 batting average, sort of just not having the opportunity as much.
Benny Casillas chooses to lay down a bunt down the first base line. Fielded cleanly by Carpentier. He'll just tag Casillas, but Greg Pace will be in safely at second.
Interesting to see the Wolverines playing small ball here with the top of their lineup. Not something you usually see is a leadoff hitter laying down a bunt, but love to see the selfless move there.
Yeah, small ball is one of my favorite parts of the game. Wonder if we're gonna get a little squeeze, little suicide squeeze possibly. This one
could see it. I do love a squeeze.
AJ Roush now up at the plate, the right fielder. Ball one's inside in the dirt. John Elliott does a good job keeping in front of him. 1-0 count now. Greg Pace Jr. at second. Covarrubias trying to hold him on over there. Kane Hunter fires in AJ Roush. AJ Roush hits a little chopper over Gazilnik at short. Fields it with the backhand. Throws it over Carpentier for the second out of the inning.
Scoreboard still having some trouble. I don't think there's any outs, but now there's one.
Now you've got Mitch Voigt, who had the first hit of the day for the Wolverines. He hit a double down the left field line. Has Greg Pace in scoring position, who's running on contact.
This is a great opportunity here for Michigan to get this runner in. Voigt looking to put it in play.
First pitch to Mitch Voigt is inside. Ball 1. No Miller warming up in the on-deck circle. Still has his shin pads on. Covarrubias ready to hold him on if needed. Kane Hunter elects to go to the plate. Down and inside. Ball 2 to Mitch Voigt. Michigan only has 2 hits on the day. One of those are his extra base by Mitch Voigt. 1-8 with runners on here today. 1-4 with runners in scoring position. Kane Hunter looks back, fires to Voigt. Strike 1, 2-1 count now to Mitch Voigt.
Not a bad take there.
No. Probably was sitting on something like a fastball, a little off speed.
Yeah, probably looking inside too. Something you could turn on. Especially since they keep throwing it.
Mitch Voigt back in the batter's box. Kane Hunter looking over at Covarrubias. And Greg Pace at second. Goes to the plate. Inside. Ball 3. 3-1 count now to Mitch Voigt. Right where you want to be as a hitter.
True, but really if you're Mitch Voigt, you don't want to walk.
Yeah.
First base already open. Rather keep the bat in your best hitter's hands. Probably looking to be aggressive here, 3-1.
Pitch from Hunter. Strike 2. Mitch Voigt was heading to first base, ready to swing the bat to the dugout. Looked pretty similar to the other ones that he's taken this at-bat, but now it's a full count. 2 outs.
Definitely going to want to swing here. Strike zone is big.
Kane Hunter goes to the plate. Voigt swing and a miss on an inside pitch. Strike 3, out 3. Trojans preserve their 4-0 lead hanging into the top of the 6th.
Yeah, I mean, not the way you wanted to end that inning if you're Michigan, but at the same time, got to be glad he went down swinging, had the situation you wanted. You're going to get Lally again here with 90 pitches to start the inning.
Yeah, probably a quick hook as well.
Although Michigan sort of notoriously likes to let their starters roll a little longer than most other programs in terms of pitch count. We'll see if that is the case today, although I guess really with 90 it kind of already is the case.
Yeah.
Michigan trots out here for their warm-ups. Expect to have a quick warm-up here.
Yeah.
For Lally.
Yeah, especially, as you said, with that 90 pitch count. Something you don't really need to be seeing out there.
No, you do not.
Just firing pitches in. Should expect to see something be fired down from Noah Miller as he gets back in after backup catcher was out to warm David Lally up.
And it's going to be the 8th spot here for USC coming up. Number 7, Kovarubis, the sophomore, 2 for 2 today.
Yeah.
Looking pretty good.
Has done damage as part of that 8th spot. First pitch from David Lally. Kovarubis showed bunt. It didn't matter. It was inside. Ball 1 as Noah Miller just kind of slipped out of his hands and went all the way to Casillas over at short. But 1-0 count to Kovarubis, and probably the next base runner gets David Lally out of this game as Kovarubis hits a deep fly ball. That's at the wall. Just foul. That was a double. No doubt double as Kovarubis was digging out of the box, but just pulled it a little bit too much.
Yeah, and Michigan had that strange sort of outfield shift going on. So Turner over there in left field playing way towards center. Looks like Pace is making an adjustment now, trying to move him out a little bit.
David Lally fires, gets Kovarubis to swing. 1-2 count now.
That was a huge swing.
Yeah, big swing by Kovarubis, and you can't blame him, right? Feeling good. 2 for 2 on the day. Just hit deep fly ball off the wall.
I mean, USC 10 for 23 today.
David Lally gets Kovarubis to strike out, looking on the outside corner. 1 out for the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, and that was a pretty big strikeout.
Yeah, massive strikeout. Probably the hottest hitter for the Trojans today. And they've got John Elliott, the freshman catcher, in the 9th spot. He's 0 for 2. Both times he's hit his second base. One ended up in a ground out. One was a line out. And you want to get this guy out, too, so you can be able to flip it to the top of the order. But John Elliott rips the single right to left field. Colby Turner fields it. Gets it into Casillas quickly. And now John Elliott at first. Brain Dowd coming to the deck for his first at-bat. And everybody's kind of looking over at Tracy Smith in that Michigan dugout. They're electing to stick with David Lally here through 5 1/3 of work, 10 hits, 4 runs allowed. Has walked 2, has struck out 2. And now the leadoff hitter, Braden Dowd, who's reached base his last 2 times up in the 3rd and the 4th innings. Now with a runner on base and John Elliott. First pitch is in there for a strike. A 1 count to the sophomore center fielder.
To be honest, I'm shocked Lally is still in this game.
Yeah.
Nearing 100 pitches here. Have to imagine another base runner would knock him out.
Lally still in the stretch. Brain down, hits one up, and jammed him. Mitch Voigt under it. Right in the infield, makes the play. Good pitch there by David Lally to get Brain down, jammed inside. And now it's 0-2 count as Ethan Hedges, the third baseman, will come up to the plate.
Michigan with some activity in the bullpen. Can't quite see who that is from over here. but there's a right-hander up and throwing.
Yeah, you expect that the next hit, and if this guy Ethan Hedges gets out, David Lawley's day is probably done at 6 innings. Pitches now into Ethan Hedges, strike one. David Lawley once again checking the pitch comm device on his left wrist. Ethan Hedges, left foot up. Second pitch, little high. I couldn't exactly
tell. There was
tell.
nothing wrong with that pitch.
Yeah, 1-1.
Maybe a little high.
1-1 count, kind of froze Ethan Hedges on that off speed. That looked pretty good to me from up here. Lawley in the stretch. Steps, fires, throws outside. No Miller thought about a back pick over Joe Longo. He waved him off. 2-1 count now to Ethan Hedges. Lawley, big knee kick right over Ethan Hedges. Ground over to Casillas. Casillas throws over Longo. Third out of the inning.
Great play there.
Nice backhand there from Casillas. Step fired under control over Joe Longo in plenty of time to get Ethan Hedges out at first.
Yeah, it was a rocket of a throw. Off his back foot, too. Very impressive.
We're heading to the bottom of the sixth. Still at 4-0 here for the Trojans. Trojans plated all their runs here in the third inning. Had a big inning, mostly fueled by Dean Carpentier and that bottom of the order, Cade Higgins, Grazilnik, and Coverbias.
Speaking of a big inning, there's a monster glove over there out next to left field. I believe they're going to try to catch a fly ball from a slingshot with a glove that's about 3 feet wide.
I played baseball for, it's a t-shirt, I think.
That's a terrible slingshot.
I've played baseball for a number of years, and I don't know if I could catch anything with a glove that big.
Not to mention, it's on the wrong hand.
Yeah, true.
The webbing sort of in the wrong side there.
Doesn't really.
Found the one lefty in the crowd to participate and did not have a 3-foot lefty glove. Lays out for that one. Not quite.
Good effort.
Was a good effort. There's T-shirts all over the infield right now. They're still trying to figure out the slingshot.
Oh, that's a pretty good
That one's
slingshot.
pretty good.
Just out of reach.
Didn't lay out for that one, but there's one more T-shirt. She's got one more chance to go home with a free T-shirt. Pretty good toss there.
Oh.
Off the glove. Clank.
That goes down as an error there.
Yep, definitely going to chalk that one up. That one's not on the slingshot.
Kane Hunter has made through 5 innings scoreless, as Noah Miller, the catcher, will come out to lead off the inning. Grounded out to short in the first inning, singled in the third inning on a little like check swing infield single type thing that just got between the second baseman and first baseman. And Noah Miller hoping that he can start something here for these Wolverines. Kane Hunter once again loves to work quickly. And his windup. First pitch to Miller. Strike one on the inside half of the plate. The inside half of the plate is where both Lawley and Hunter have made their livings here today. As Hunter brings the glove up to his face. Pitches in. Miller. Chopper up the middle. Fielded by Grudzilnik and just gets Carpentier out in time. Great play.
It was a nice play. Would have liked to see him cut that off in front of the base, but elects to go behind the base. Just barely gets the throw there in time.
Yeah, Grudzilnik was seemed to be a little bit misconfusion between Coverbias, but that's usually the shortstop's ball with all your momentum coming to first, and able to field it cleanly, turn, and fire to get Noah Miller. Will Rogers at the dish, chops his first baseman righty Grudzilnik again. Nice play, fires over Carpentier. 2 outs now for the Wolverines.
Michigan just trying to keep the shortstop busy today.
Nice play by Grudzilnik. He's had a lot of action. Another 6-3 put out for the Wolverines as Cole Caruso now up at the dish was hit by pitch in his first at-bat. Grounded out his second. Still, Mitch Voigt and Noah Miller, the only Wolverines with hits today. The bats have gone silent.
That they have.
Hunter winds up, fires to Caruso. Caruso rips one right at Grzelnik. Line out. Grzelnik with all 3 putouts in this inning.
Busy day at the office. For sure.
That was a pretty quick bottom half of the inning for the Wolverines as we will now head to the top of the 7th here at Ray Fisher Stadium in Ann Arbor. Once again, March 19th, this upcoming Wednesday, is Giving Blue Day. Quality free student radio costs a lot to produce. If you could please be generous and contribute some money, any contributions will help towards funding away trips. We have a couple big away football trips coming up. We also try and cover all away women's basketball, men's basketball, and men's hockey games. If you could please contribute, that would be much appreciated if you enjoy WCBN Sports. It's a new pitcher here for the Wolverines. Kurt Barr for the Wolverines, the junior right-hander. And David Lally, his day is done after 6 innings, but really battled back nicely after that 4-run third.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the only inning to this point that any action has happened in this game.
Yeah.
A lot of runners stranded on base outside that. But really all that damage came in the 3rd inning. Putting up 3 scoreless frames after that. And they'll turn it over for the last third here.
Yeah, Wolverines have 6 straight outs. The Trojans, outside of that single by John Elliott, have the same. As Adrian Lopez, the 3-hitter left fielder, will be coming up to the plate. Singled in the first, doubled in the third, and flew out to right in the 4th on a great play by A.J. Roush.
Hopefully we'll have some more excitement here in the back half of this one.
Top of the 7th inning at Ray Fisher Stadium.
I mean, if you're Michigan here, what's the mentality? What are you looking for sort of in this last third?
I think you got to get stops, but you got to find a way to get the bats going. And it's going to be tough against Kane Hunter. His tempo seems to be really frustrating the Wolverines. But Barr's first pitch is in there for a strike. Lopez showed bunt for a brief second, pulled it away. But Barr's off-speed pitch was good for a strike on the outside corner. Barr in the windup. Fires into Lopez. That ball's outside. 1-1 count.
Michigan in a little bit of a shift here again. Caruso playing in on the grass. You got Casillas pretty deep in the hole there at short.
Barr winds, fires in for strike 2 right down Broadway.
Caruso's going to move back now here with 2 strikes.
1-2 count to the left fielder, Adrian Lopez, and Kurt Barr's first batter of this game, and gets Lopez swing and a miss. Foul tip, actually, right into Noah Miller's glove. Very efficient for Kurt Barr to start this inning.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they needed. They need an inning to gain some momentum. Strikeout's a great start. Really love to see him make a big play here. Diving catch. Another big strikeout. Just anything to sort of get this crowd back into it.
Kevin Takeuchi up at the dish. Kurt Barr fires his first pitch in for a strike. Takeuchi in this one struck out looking and then has flown out to right field twice. Now has an 0-1 count on him. Barr's second pitch down in the dirt, 1-1 count. But again, Kurt Barr working very, very quickly. Barely even getting to 10 seconds left on that pitch clock, as here comes the next pitch, which is just low, it appears. No Miller try to bring it up, but 2-1 count now for the Wolverines. That pitch looked pretty good too.
Yeah, maybe it's just us from up here though, because I mean everything
that's
looks good, and it's been very inconsistent. It's
Kurt-
possible.
Kurt Barr pitches Takeuchi single up the middle, and the Trojans have another base runner on. Kurt Barr gives up his first runner of the day.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Michigan here, you got to do everything in your power to make a double play happen. Throw it outside, keep it low, get something on the ground. I mean, you just need the momentum. Like, you can feel it in the stadium right now.
Kurt Barr elects to throw back to Takeuchi, who just goes back in the first base standing up. Dean Carpentier up now at the dish, had that massive 2-run double in the 3rd inning. Still the game-winning runs at this point. Kurt Barr looking for a pitch out almost. No Miller, who wanted back pick. Takeuchi over there at first, but regardless, it's a 1-0 count. Barr's pitch. Check swing from Carpentier. Stidham rules that he didn't go once again. That will be ball 2. Jason Simmons, your first base umpire. Once again, Daniel Jimenez working home plate today.
Not quite sure that base umpire is quite paying attention. He hasn't called a single strike on a check swing today.
2-0
Might
count.
just be playing it safe.
Kurt Barr gets strike 1. 2-1. Another check swing there from Carpentier, but that pitch was a strike anyway. It ended up not mattering. Kurt Barr from the stretch. Carpentier fouls it down the right field line and out of play. 2-2 now. Pitch from Kurt Barr. Down, full count now. Full count, 1 out. Runner on first. Takeuchi to Carpentier.
Short lead over there at first for Takeuchi. And he's going.
Kurt Barr throws it, ball 4 anyway. So now you have second and first with Cade Higgins coming up at the dish.
Makes sense, actually, that he hit a short lead because 3-2 count.
Yeah.
Runners are moving. I knew he was going. No need to risk it.
Cade Higgins, the senior right fielder, 2 for 3 today, including a double.
One of 2 lefties in this entire game.
2 singles, excuse me. Nobody there to hold the runner on first. As Cade Higgins rips one right past the outstretched glove of Mitch Voigt. Takeuchi will be held up at third, and now bases loaded for Gradzilinek.
Great throw from the right fielder, Roush. Held Takeuchi at third. Definitely would have scored if not for the perfect throw that he made.
Cade Higgins has his 3rd hit of the afternoon. As now corners are in for the Wolverines. Takeuchi at third. Carpentier at second. Cade Higgins at first. Gradzilinek at the plate. 1 out. Barr fires. Ball's outside, 1-0. Kurt Barr checking something in his glove. Gradzilinek giving a little wag of the bat. Barr's pitch. Down the middle, strike 1. And in an ideal world, right, you strike him out or you get a weak double play ball up the middle. Try and keep this at a 4-0 game. Barr fires. Good block by Noah Miller, ball 2. That one was down in the dirt. Noah Miller got his glove down quickly to keep the runners where they are.
Michigan with another shift here. Corners are in with the bases loaded here.
Kurt Barr from the stretch. Pitches in to Grzelnik. Strike 2. Big strike there. Else you would have been at 3-1, but now it's 2-2. Corner's still in for the Wolverines. Outfield shifted a little bit to the right. A little bit of breeze down there at field level as well.
Big leads for all the runners.
Kurtbar's pitch in the dirt for Grzelnik. Strike 3. Swing and a miss, and that's a massive out for Kurtbar. Kurtbar with his second strikeout of this inning, both swinging. And now, your second baseman, Abri Covarrubias, coming up at the dish. He's 2 for 3 today. Strikeout looking his most recent time up. That was against David Lally Jr. First pitch, good for strike 1. Good frame by Noah Miller as well. That was on the outer half of the plate. Bar sets, winds up, fires. That one's outside. Ball 1. 1-1 count now to Abri Covarrubias, the sophomore second baseman. So a couple big hits today. Bases still loaded.
Michigan moving the defense back here with 2 outs. Big swing.
Big swing by Covarrubias. That one was outside. Looked like a slider. Kurtbar now has Covarrubias on the ropes with a 1-2 count. Covarrubias with the bound his shoulder, giving it a little wag. No Miller on one knee behind the plate. Barr fires. Check swing from Covarrubias. Held it back. Miller's not even going to check with Stidham. That ball kicked halfway back to the pitcher's mound off the pads of Noah Miller. Now it's 2-2.
A great stop, though, to prevent the run. Could have easily been a wild pitch.
John Elliott, the freshman catcher, weighing in the on-deck circle, seeing if he gets a chance in this inning. Kurtbar fires. Covarrubias hits a single. Greg Pace was shifted right. That's going to go all the way to the wall. 2-run score. Grzelnik is also going to score 3 runs. It's going to be a triple for Covarrubias, and that's a bases-clearing triple to make this a 7-0 game here for the USC Trojans.
Yeah, and that ball was, again, just absolutely pieced. Straight up the middle, like 3-hop the wall. Not a lot Michigan could do about that. And that, I mean, you hate to say it, but that seriously hurts the Wolverines' chances of winning this one.
Greg Pace was shifted over to right center, made it a longer run for him to get back over there. As Jake Elliott now comes to the plate, and that ball hit him. So John Elliott will be on first base, and Braden Dowd will be coming back up for the USC Trojans. Braden Dowd just flied out to Mitch Foy in the last inning, but now has 2 runners on, third and first. Has a chance to potentially extend this 7-0 lead here for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and I mean, 7 runs on 14 hits. It's pretty efficient.
Agreed. First pitch is outside. As you said, USC hitting .474 with runners on, .500 with runners in scoring position. Just seeing the ball incredibly well here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Kurtbar's pitch in for strike 1. 1-1 count now to Braden Dowd, and a batter that you certainly want to get out of here. They have another pitcher. I can't exactly tell who that one is, warming up in the bullpen. Kurtbar pitches low. No Miller blocked it. 2-1 count now to Braden Dowd.
I mean, they really can't afford a walk here.
Dowd is 1 for 3 here today, has also walked. 500 on base percentage for Braden Dowd here in this one.
Finally starting to cool down here at least.
Kurtbar. Downs on the outer half, strike 2. Good pitch by Kurtbar, just a fastball on the outer half.
Bar up to 26 pitches.
As you said, temperature has dropped here in this one. A little bit of breeze as well. Most fans still in shorts. Gerbar, 2-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Brained out, weak grounder to Mitch Voigt, fields it clean, he throws over Joe Longo, and that's 3. Wolverines give up 3 in that inning to go down 7-0 as we head into the 7th inning stretch with USC 7-0 lead over the Wolverines. Colby Turner leading things off for the Wolverines in this one.
And the fans very ready for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Lady in the front row with her Go Blue State Farm advertisement. I wonder if she works there, she just loves State Farm, or she just wanted the fam. Hard to say, but she's great advertisement for them. Front and center.
Yeah, front and center. Everybody in the press box sees her before seeing the play. It's perfect. If you work for State Farm, you've got to be proud of the free advertising you're getting. Take Me Out to the Ball Game wraps up here in Ann Arbor.
Looking like a lot of the fans either going home, going for a drink. Hard to say. Seems like a lot of people are starting to pour out of here, though. Probably indicative of the way the rest of this afternoon is going to go here.
7-0 deficit for the Wolverines. Baseball team playing before the men's basketball team takes on Purdue in the Big Ten tournament at 9 p.m. tonight. That game will also be on WCBN Sports if you would like to tune into that one.
That should be a thriller. What do you think is going to happen in that one?
I don't know. I don't know. I just think the Michigan basketball team right now just really can't get anything going. They look poor. Their offense is half-court offense has just been atrocious. Purdue's a veteran team. I think, unfortunately, I think Michigan loses today.
I think so, too. Too many turnovers, not enough threes.
Yeah, way too many turnovers. The shooting
cannot rebound is the main issue.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense with 2 7-footers, but
agreed. Back here in
this is a baseball game.
First pitch to Colby Turner is low. Keen Hunter still out there. Has only given up 2 hits here in this one. Very efficient as well. 78 pitches through 6 innings. That pitch is inside. Ball 2-0. Kane Turner, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Only 1 extra base hit allowed here today. Has worked fast and has worked efficiently as that one's in the dirt for ball 3. And now Colby Turner has a chance to maybe kickstart a rally if he can get the leadoff guy on base.
Wouldn't that be something? Michigan really at this point, I think it's more about saving your arms, trying to get anything going to really get into the game tomorrow.
That pitch from Hunter is a strike. 3-1 count now to Colby Turner, looking for the perfect pitch. He's 0 for 2 today. Hunter, leg kick, fires. Inside, half of the plate. Strike 2, full count now to Colby Turner. He's struck out today. He's also flown out to deep center field on a ball that was robbed by Brayton Dowd. Would have been a homer for Colby Turner. His payoff pitch coming. Colby Turner rips one over to center field. Brayton Dowd back. That one's over the wall. And Colby Turner gets his revenge. Gets a homer off of Kane Hunter, excuse me. Third hit of the day for the Wolverines. First run. And Colby Turner leads off the 7th inning with a homer to right center on a ball that was extremely well hit.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe that'll start the rally here for Michigan. Certainly got the crowd back into it. Ball was crushed.
Yeah.
Opposite field. I mean, what's not to like about that? Michigan's showing some life here in the 7th.
Yep, pitch hitter here for the Wolverines. Cade Vladohoff has come in and pinch hit, for Joe Longo, the first baseman. Cade Vladohoff. First pitch is a strike. Sophomore batting .211 this year. It's Caden Hunter once again working fast. Second pitch inside, nearly hit Latterhoff, but regardless, ball one. 1-1 count now. That one's outside for ball 2. 2-1 count now. Latterhoff will also most likely replace Longo at first base. Hunter fires. Latterhoff grounds it to third. Nice play by Hedges. Hedges over. Carpentier can't scoop it. That goes past him. Luckily for the Trojans, Elliott there to back it up. Latterhoff on base with an error.
Yeah, sloppy there from USC. I mean, they have a little bit of a cushion, but you never know.
Never know. And Hedges with a clean backhand. Throw is a little off the bag as well. Would have been a phenomenal play from Carpentier if he was able to scoop it. But regardless, now you've got nobody out. Okay, Latterhoff at first. And Greg Pace Jr. up at the dish. It's the pitching coach out to check on Caden Hunter as he nears 6 1/3. They will leave Caden Hunter out there to face Greg Pace Jr. Drew Watkins last time also lined out to first base. If he can get a hit, maybe, just maybe, with turning it over to the top of the order, the Wolverines have some life. Hunter from the stretch. Latterhoff at first. Pitches. Inside. Inside of Greg Pace Jr. That will be ball one.
Interesting to see how Michigan plays this year. You would assume they'd be really aggressive, but got a pretty conservative lead over there at first. Not really showing any signs of stealing here.
Hunter's second pitch is in for a strike. 1-1 count now. Latterhoff, as you said, kind of an average lead over there. Hunter goes to the plate. Strike 2 to Greg Pace. 7-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Greg Pace at the dish. 1-2. Latterhoff at first. Hunter inside of Greg Pace. Ball 2. 2-2 count now. Hunter continuing to work fast. Hunter deals. Pace. Liner right to... that's just poor base running. Right to Gradzilinek, and he fires as Latterhoff was halfway to second and able to double up.
Yeah, that's
Latterhoff
pretty
and
bad.
Greg Pace as Gradzilinek was able to find the ball and fire it back over Dean Carpentier over at first. And now you've got Benny Casillas on the deck with 2 outs.
Yeah, you got to freeze on the line drive. He just kept running. Got caught absolutely in no man's land. Came in on the pitch. Really had no chance.
That ball's inside to Benny Casillas. 1-0 count now. Unfortunate there for the Wolverines just when you thought they had something brewing.
Yeah. Hunter now up to 94 pitches.
That pitch is inside as well. 2-0 count now to Benny Casillas.
Have to imagine he's coming to the end here after this inning.
Batting .392 on the year. Hunter inside of Benny Casillas. Just can't find his command right now. Is Caden Hunter. 3-0 count. So I believe we have a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle. That'll be Max DeBeck. That ball is outside. Benny Casillas draws a 4-pitch walk. Benny Casillas trots over at first base. On base for the first time today. Max DeBeck has subbed in for A.J. Roush in left field. Tracy Smith and the Wolverines just trying to find something. Maybe a pinch hitter to spark the Wolverines.
Really just anything to mix it up. Oh, and that'll It'll cause a mound visit. They're going to be the end of the day here for Hunter. Pretty solid outing, though.
Andy Sticklewex out to get Caden Hunter. As you said, very solid outing. 6 2/3, 1 earned run. Does leave that runner on first, Benny Casillas, but by all accounts, very, very successful job from Caden Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, nothing to complain about today. Maybe didn't want to let up that home run, but in the grand scheme of things, he looked awesome.
Yeah. Was dealing all day today.
Pretty good. They'll end the day 97 pitches, 1 home run let up, a double, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, an error, and 3 hits allowed. Overall, pretty amazing day. And interesting, the umpire was checking his glove on the way out of the game, which kind of seems pointless, but I guess they're double sure now.
I believe that is number 11, Michael Ebner, the right-hander, coming in for Caden Hunter. Michael Ebner, the junior, 6.75 ERA this year.
Come in here, he'll face DeBeck, also a junior. One of the many right-handers in this Michigan lineup.
Yes. So I've not seen a left-hand batter from the Wolverines today.
Even the pinch hitter was right-handed.
Yeah. Lahoff, the first pinch hitter.
Not doing a ton to mix it up here for the Wolverines.
Yeah. Michael Ebner taking his warm-up throws. As now Benny Casillas in the first base coach will trot back out at first. Max DeBeck trying to time him up. Gives a little signal to the ump that he's ready. Michael Ebner wants a couple more. 14 hits compared to just 3 for the Trojans in this one. Trojans have also made 2 errors.
Has not hurt them yet.
No.
But
Max DeBeck
that they have.
has now a chance of Seattle, Washington, 6'7", 218. Has a chance now.
I mean, this kid is huge.
Ebner's first pitch is in the inner half of the plate for a strike. Yeah, big dude.
Should go help the basketball team beat Purdue.
Beck fouls one off there. 0-2 count now. 0-2, 2 outs. Ebner tries a pinch out attempt to get Casillas at first. Casillas slides in safely.
I mean, really no point of that, if you ask me, but
DeBeck sees a pitch, chops it foul down the third base line.
camera crew makes a play. Not quite.
We've been pretty impressive from the camera crew over there, multitasking out there.
Yeah, it was a good effort.
Max DeBeck, 0-2 pitch coming. Says that one fouled on the right field line. 7-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. In a game that's taken longer than usual.
Absolutely.
Pitch from Ebner. DeBeck chops it over to Grzelnik at short. Easily taps the second base bag for the force out. And that'll be it for the Wolverines in the bottom of the 7th inning. They leave the inning crawling back just a little bit. 7-1. As the Trojans now come out in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, and I mean, just not a lot of time left here for the Wolverines to make some noise. Hopefully they can make this quick. Get out of this half inning here. Save some pitching for tomorrow and the rest of the series.
Looks like Kurt Barr is trotting back out there, but can't be exactly sure. Is not Kurt Barr, as a matter of fact. So Kurt Barr gives you an inning and gives up 3 runs. And now trotting out here will be his brother, Preston Barr, the freshman. So that's why they looked alike.
Makes sense.
Preston Barr, the freshman righty, coming in to relieve his brother.
Should be a good one here, though.
Cade Ladahoff will be staying at first base. And another defensive substitution for the Wolverines, as A.J. Garcia will be your right fielder. Max Beck pinch hit for A.J. Roush. Then they made the defensive adjustment, putting A.J. Garcia in right. Cade Ladahoff pitch hit for Joe Longo. Came in and will now be playing first base, as it will be Ethan Hedges leading off the 8th inning for the Trojans.
Well, if you're Michigan, this is not the matchup you want to see. Hedges throwing an amazing 385 out of the batter's box, and Preston Barr with a slightly less impressive 33.75 ERA.
Hedges 1 for 3 on the day, also walked in the first inning. Barr's first pitch, inner half of the plate for strike 1. That's where most of these pitchers have been able to make their living today. It's clearly where Daniel Jimenez, the home plate umpire, has a bigger zone than on the outer half. Preston Barr sets, fires. Downs up and out. 1-1 count now.
And a perfect example of exactly what you just said.
Hedges twirling his bat. Preston Barr bringing the glove up to his face. He fires now. Gets Hedges a foul one, backing up out of play. 1-2 count now for the junior third baseman. Barr pitches. Bounce fouled in the Michigan dugout from Ethan Hedges. Still 1-2. 7-1 top of the 8th here at Ray Fisher Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Beautiful day, though. Barr fires now. Hedges fouls another one out of play, keeping the count 1-2.
Hedges putting up a pretty good fight in this at-bat.
Good pitch by Preston Barr there on the outer half, trying to locate it. One, two circles for Ethan Hedges. Barr steps back, fires. Downs on the outer half of the plate, 2-2.
Looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, looked a little up, if anything. Nearing dinner time here in Ann Arbor, 6:18 p.m. Sun still pretty high up there as a result of daylight savings. Preston Barr fires one. It's a fly ball. It's going to carry A.J. Garcia into foul territory. Right next to the USC bullpen, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Nice play there by A.J.
Garcia immediately seeing action as soon as he steps in. Preston Barr gets his first batter, Ethan Hedges. Adrian Lopez, the sophomore left fielder, now up. 2 for 4 on the day. Struck out in the 7th inning. Struck out swinging. It's Kurt Barr's first batter of the day.
It's interesting how long this game has taken, even with the pitch clock.
Barr throws it down away. Agreed. Ball 1. It's just both, especially Hunter, was working extremely fast.
Right.
But it's a lot of guys getting left on base, a lot of base hits, a lot of deep and it counts. As Barr's second pitch is chopped right to Casillas. Casillas fires. What a play by Cade Lahoff. Came off the bag, jumped, swung around his gloved hand to get Adrian Lopez out at first. That would have been an error to Benny Casillas otherwise. Phenomenal play by Cade Lahoff there. Great recognition of where the runner was. So now be Kevin Takeuchi up at the dish. He singled his last time up. He's 1 for 4 today. Pitch ball outside. And going back to, how long this game has taken, right? It's a lot of, we haven't really seen a lot of balls put in play early in the count. It's a lot of taking first pitches.
Absolutely.
Been an interesting one here at Ray Fisher. Preston Barr fires. That pitch is outside. 2-0 count. Just a bit outside. Preston Barr took a step off the rubber, gets back on there. That one's in the dirt. 3-0 count now for Preston Barr. Kevin Takeuchi up at the dish. If he gets on, Dean Carpentier will get up. Waiting in the on-deck circle. Barr pours one in for strike one. Barr winds up, leg kick. Oh, Mitch Voigt almost made a phenomenal play. This was a liner right back at Preston Barr's head by Kevin Takeuchi. He ducked. Mitch Voigt almost made a diving play to rob a hit. Went off the end of his glove and kicked out in center field for a base hit for Kevin Takeuchi. Would have been a phenomenal play by the second baseman, Mitch Voigt. And now Dean Carpentier comes up. The sophomore first baseman, who was 3 for 4 on the day, is just absolutely, 1 for 2, 1 for 3. Walked last inning, but has been a big part of what the Trojans have been able to do on offense.
Yeah, Michigan leaving a huge hole on the right side of the infield and then choosing to pitch outside on the first pitch.
Yeah, Dean Carpentier able to check his swing there. Yeah, as you said, Mitch Voigt pretty shifted over to second base. Carpentier waiting for the pitch, back half of the batter's box. Okay, Lahoff waiting for a potential pickoff. Barr goes to the plate. Ball 2. 2-0 count now to Dean Carpentier.
Yeah, and I think, like we mentioned earlier, a big reason why this game is pushed so late is because they've really gotten deep into a lot of these counts.
Yeah.
A lot of early balls. Not a lot of strikes.
That pitch by Barr's foul, back and out play by Carpentier. More so down the right field line. Almost hit a car that's moving. 2-1 count now. And most of these runs, there's been 8 runs in the game, right? And outside of the Turner home run, there's only been a couple extra base hits. Most of them have been single, walk, single. Very methodical.
Yeah, a lot of manufactured runs.
As Barr fires, that one's up. 3-1 count now to Carpentier. Cade Higgins and his 3 for 4 day, 3 straight singles wait in the on-deck circle. Well, the only lefties in the lineup for either side here today. Runner goes. That hit Carpentier anyway. As Takeuchi was running over to second on that 3-1 pitch. Hit Carpentier right in the back.
He got drilled.
And Cade Higgins comes up now. Trying to make something happen. 2-1. Second and first for the Trojans. 2 outs. 7-1 lead for USC, trying to maybe extend their lead in this one. Top of the 8th inning. Barr fires inside, just inside. Ball 1. Barr still working from the stretch. Cade Higgins fouls one over the third base line. Cole Caruso able to make the play just before the warning track along the foul line, and that will be 3 outs for the Wolverines. Preston Barr escapes unscathed.
Yeah, really nice play there by Caruso. Looked like it was going to drift foul. Just kind of barely stayed in. Really good stuff.
So we head now to the bottom of the 8th inning, where Mitch Voigt, barring a substitution, will lead off for the Wolverines. Trojans' runs have only come in 2 innings. Yet, those 7 runs are a killer.
Absolutely. Not a lot of teams can consistently score 7 runs a game.
Sweet Home Caroline blaring through the loudspeakers here at Ray Fisher Stadium, a staple Boston Red Sox games.
You've been to a lot of games at Fenway?
Yeah, I've been to a decent amount. I mean, I like Fenway, but to be honest, I find Fenway, and this might be a hot take for whoever's listening, but I think it's a little bit overrated. There's a lot of seats in there. Like, obviously, if you haven't gone, you have to go once. But there's a decent amount of seats in there where it's either, like, random poles or the second deck kind of extends out, and you can't really see anything.
Okay.
It's very weird. I mean, you could most of the time you can see the plate, but once the ball, gets up probably 20 feet, you kind of lose it.
Really?
So you've got to sit kind of, if you're going to sit on the first deck, you kind of sit, like, in front, like as close to the field. I mean, the green monster seats aren't bad seats. They're kind of cool to be up there. I mean, certainly, an historic bar park. Awesome environment when the team's good.
Right. You guys should be pretty good this year.
Yeah, they should be all right. I mean, they should be better than years past. The past 2 years have just been
Yeah. It's got a lot of pitching help.
miserable. Yeah. Mitch Voigt, the right-hander. Michael Ebner still out there for the Trojans. That pitch is inside. Voigt rips one. Foul. You a Braves fan?
I'm a huge Braves fan.
I like the Braves this year.
Yeah. We could be dangerous.
Michael Ebner into Voigt. Voigt rips that one. That one's going to stay fair. That's going to go one hop to the wall. Voigt's going to be sprinting into second. Sliding into second with a double. His second hit of the afternoon.
Almost overshot second base there on the slide.
Yeah.
Voigt stays hot, though. I mean, he is hitting.
2 for 4 today. Third extra base hit for the Wolverines. I like the Braves a lot. I just think they're an extremely fun team to watch.
Yeah, they got some good guys. I also love the super long contracts that we have everyone signed to. The team is just gonna be around for a while.
No Miller up at the dish. That pitch is a strike. Yeah, it's just smart baseball front office. That was a strike. Scoreboard once again reads a ball. As Ebner's pitch. No Miller hits a deep one into center. Voigt's on second. That one's back at the warning track. Dow catches it. Voigt tags up. Is going to be safely into third. And Miller advances the run at the very least.
That ball's crushed. Almost the exact same spot the home run went out.
So Will Rogers now coming up at the plate. He's 0 for 3 today.
That just means he's due.
Looks like it's going to be a pinch hitter.
Well, maybe he's not due.
Could be Jeter Ibarra here for the Wolverines. One of the only lefties.
Maybe the lefty is what they needed.
Jeter Ibarra coming against the righty. Michael Ebner, he's a grad student. He hails from San Jose, California. 6'4", 205. So a couple big pinch hitters.
Yeah.
For the Wolverines.
Absolutely. You go across the road, play in Chrysler. Have a fun afternoon. And apparently Voigt and Caruso are great at basketball.
Great basketball players.
So maybe they got something going here.
Ibarra looks at the first pitch. It's going to be a ball outside. That pitch is in for a strike, 1-1 count. Brandon Mann, the junior pitcher, was also on that IM team. So 3 guys, me and somebody else, won a couple games. Is that pitch? Ibarra checks his swing. Say that he went 1-2 count. Third base umpire here today is Mark Hannawald. I don't even know if they checked with Hannawald. I think that was a decision made by Jimenez, the home plate ump. Second baseman playing pretty far back. As the pitch from Ebner's outside. Elliott tries to pop up.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to imagine strike zone's going to be pretty big here.
Cove Rubias playing basically shallow right. As Ibarra goes right, left of where he is. Cove Rubias makes a great play, but unfortunately for the Trojans, Carpentier has to come off the bag. Ibarra is safe with a single, and an RBI single at that.
And Michigan gets just a little bit closer.
Cole Caruso now up, third and first, 1 out. Just first. I don't know why I thought there was somebody on third. Cole Caruso's 0 for 2 today. He has been hit by a pitch. Hits one into the right center gap. That one has legs. And that one's out. That's a 2-run shot. Wow. For Cole Caruso, opposite field. Scores Ibarra. And 7-4 ball game here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, I mean, that was crushed. 2 opposite field home runs later, and the Wolverines are right back in it. Kind of. Close. They're close.
7-4 now. 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Colby Turner up at the plate. His last time up, he hit a homer. As the pitching coach for the Trojans is going to be out to talk to Michael Abner just in case. 7-4, 3 runs. We've seen crazier in baseball.
Crazier things have happened. The pinch hitter's going to work here for Michigan. Coaching staff pushing all the right buttons.
Colby Turner facing Michael Abner. Off of Turner's helmet, he's going to get a free base. And now, Wolverines have Cade Lahoff, who pinched in the last inning, made a phenomenal play at first. And he's going to get his chance to do something.
Little late inning magic here for the Wolverines. Yup, and they changed their mind. They're going to go to the bullpen, it looks like.
Andy Stakowicz is up to check on Michael Abner. Going to bring in somebody from the bullpen. So that will be it for Michael Abner. He got through not exactly 0.2 innings for Michael Abner. This is taking a while, though. I wonder if... And there goes Michael Abner. USC making their second pitching change of the afternoon. Going to be a right-hander that comes in this one.
Bottom of the order here still for Michigan, though. You got 8-9-1. 1 out. Man on. Sky's the limit here.
Agreed. Rally has to start somewhere.
I mean, I would say it started. 3 runs already in the inning, only 1 out. Forced the pitching change.
Really started with Colby Turner's homer in the last game. This is going to be number 39 here for the USC Trojans. Brody Procell, the sophomore right-hander, out to face Cade Lahoff. It looks like they're also going to elect to pinch hit for Greg Pace Jr. if it gets there. Michigan does have Colby Turner at first. There's an opportunity for a double play for the Trojans.
I can't even put that out there. Come on.
But certainly a game that third of an inning ago we didn't think would get this close.
Absolutely not.
Wolverines' bats looked like they were sleeping a little bit. But now really kickstarted by Colby Turner. And then in the 8th inning by Mitch Voigt's double, Wolverines have a chance.
What's left of the crowd here in Ray Fisher Stadium starting to dial back in, awaiting the next at-bat.
Brody Purcell on the mound. Cade Ladahoff at the plate. Colby Turner at first. Looks like it's going to be Jonathan Kim in the on-deck circle who's going to pinch hit for Greg Pace Jr. That's a batter away. Cade Ladahoff gives a little couple windups of the bat. Steps in the box. A little bit of a staggered stance. See the first pitch from Purcell. Skies it. Right fielder. Higgins. Comes in and make the play. Cade Higgins made the play in shallow right. So it'll now be Jonathan Kim, the pinch hitter, trying to extend this rally and flip it over the top of the order, and Benny Casillas.
Wolverines down to their last out in this one.
First pitch by Jonathan Kim, tracking out a play down the third base line, foul ball. Hops up onto the snack shack. Maybe some 12-year-old get that foul ball later. Sun has gone behind a cloud for the time being. Much easier to see. Jonathan Kim, a lefty now. Purcell elects to throw it back, skips it over Carpentier, who makes a nice play as Turner slides in safely. It's Purcell. Focuses on Kim. Kim fouls it back and out play. Little lay on that swing. Fastball. Just pure heat. 0-2 count now. 0-2, 2 outs. 7-4 bomb of the 8th inning. Purcell's pitch went off of Jonathan Kim's elbow guard. Jonathan Kim, on an 0-2 count, gets a free walk to first base. 2 hit by pitches this inning for the Trojans. As now the tying run, Benny Casillas, comes up to the plate to just maybe make something happen.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, tying run at the plate. Got 2 outs, I believe. I think the scoreboard's wrong.
Yeah, 2 outs, correct.
Scoreboard really having some issues today. But yeah, I mean, you got 2 on. Tying run at the plate. Did not think we would be in this position.
First pitch to Casillas. It's on the outer corner, strike 1. That pitch is down in the dirt, 1-1 count. 7-4 Wolverines, bottom of the 8th inning. Here comes the pitch, down in the dirt again. Elliott does a good job of blocking it, keeping the runners. Turner at second and Kim at first. 2-1 count, hitters count for Benny Casillas. He's 0 for 2 today. He has a sac bunt, also walked.
400 hitter on the season, though.
Here comes the pitch. Inside corner, Benny Casillas doesn't like the call. 2-2 now. 2-2, 2 outs, 7-4 ball game.
I mean, that pitch almost bounced.
Be a massive spot for Benny Casillas. He fouls one out, play fights off the jam. Big job by Benny Casillas just to stick in there.
Noise starting to pick up here in Ray Fisher.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Casillas over to right field, just out of play into the Trojans bullpen. That was a double. Kim was running hard from first. He might have scored. But good job by Casillas. Just a nice piece of hitting, fighting it off right. Home plate up. 2-2 count. Benny Casillas takes his time getting in the box. Purcell trying to hear the pitch come in his ear. Purcell steps, throws. And that's it by Casillas right at the left fielder, Adrian Lopez. Good piece of hitting, but that'll be the third out of the inning as we head to the top of the ninth.
They had that shifted perfectly. Or that's a double.
Really, really nice job by Adrian Lopez and the USC Trojans staff to identify and put him in the perfect spot. And Benny Casillas hit it right there. Appears likely that Jonathan Kim will go to center for Greg Pace Jr.
There's a little switch up coming here on the lineup.
As we have 1 inning left in this one.
Michigan able to cut the lead to 3. I mean, crazier things have happened.
It's true.
Michigan scored 4 runs on 6 hits. That's less encouraging, but 4 runs nonetheless. I mean, they really found their bats here in the last inning. Never know what's going to happen in the 9th. Maybe we're going to get to see a walk-off here today.
Ricky Kidd has come in to pitch for Preston Barr, give you an inning, scoreless inning of work. Ricky Kidd's a right-hander. Jonathan Kim has shifted over to right. AJ Garcia now in center. The rest remain the same. Colby Turner in left, Caruso in third, Benny Casillas at short, Mitch Voy at second, Cade Lauhoff at first. No Miller behind the plate. But Ricky Kidd, senior, right-hander, 3.37 ERA this year. Come out to face Bryce Grzelcyk, who's been killing the Wolverines. Really, these 5, 6, 7 hitters have killed the Wolverines here today.
Yeah, they have.
Especially the guy who's going to be on deck, Covarrubias, the second baseman. Ricky Kidd in the stretch, even with nobody on. First pitch. In there for strike 1, little off speed. Grzelcyk is 1 for 4 today. Fly out twice. Struck out his last time up. Kidd fires. Grzelcyk hits a chopper to Benny Casillas. Fields cleanly. Casillas over to Lahoff. Runner out. 1 out in the top of the 9th for the Wolverines.
Quick one right there for Michigan.
Covarrubias up now at the dish. He's 3 for 4 today, including a triple his last time up, bases clearing triple, which turns out to be absolutely huge in the concept of this game. There's 3 innings allowed in the top of the 8th, top of the 7th, excuse me. First pitch is out and away, ball 1. Here comes Kidd. That one's out and away, 2, ball 2. Kid working fast. High leg kick. That pitch is up. 3-0.
Michigan continuing to shift their infield to the left side here. Voigt back behind second base. Casillas way deep in the hole. Caruso again up the line. First baseman playing about normal.
Covarrubias waits, takes a strike. Strike one, 3-1 count now. Kid taking an extra second, checks his device. Covarrubias in the dish. Fires. That one's high. Ball 4. Covarrubias will get a walk and be on base for the 4th time here today. It's John Elliott, the catcher. Strides up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 today. Has also been hit by a pitch. Ball, bat rests on his shoulder. Kid fires, pours one in, strike one.
Good first pitch there. Start off strong, get ahead.
Barely even looked at Covarrubias at first. Kid fires again. Grounder. Elliott. Casillas over to Voigt. Voigt over Lathoff. What a double play turned by that middle infield. Casillas backhand going into the 6 hole, moving to his right towards third base. Able to backhand, stop on a dime, fire over Voigt, who made a great turn, and fired it back over Lathoff to get the double play. As this play is actually under review, the umpire's having a conference by the mound. The infield for the Wolverines has gone back out briefly. Can't tell exactly if they're checking if Covarrubias was out at second or if Elliott was out at first. It must be Elliott at first. That was the closer one.
Probably. It looked like at second it was pretty clear.
As it stands, would end the top of the 9th inning. Daniel Jimenez has gone to the monitor.
It's a very quick review.
Calls him out. Play stands as called. 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Second one Michigan has turned here today.
All right, it's decision time here for Michigan.
Michigan has the top of the order. Starting with Max DeBeck, if he's still pitching. Casillas lined out to left last time out.
Yeah. Nowhere left to hide. 3 more outs. See what they got.
If it stands, it will be DeBeck unless they opt to pinch hit for him again. Mitch Voigt would be up second, and then Noah Miller would be in the hole.
Well, if you're Michigan, it's who you want up. Hopefully Garcia and Voigt here can make some noise. Garcia doesn't have that many at-bats on the season. Really, just 4. He's 2 for 4, hitting .500. Looks amazing in the box score.
Yes.
We will see. I know at the end of last season, Garcia was actually starting a lot of games in center field. Interesting to see if Pace keeps up his 105 batting average if the Wolverines make a move to Garcia.
Can't tell exactly. Looks like it's going to be Braden Jeffries who's going to lead off the inning. So they're going to take out Max DeBeck, who got taken out defensively for A.J. Garcia. So Max DeBeck pinch hit for A.J. Roush, and then when it was the time to play the field, they put A.J. Garcia out there, and now they're electing to go with Braden Jeffries, the lefty freshman infielder. who's going to hit. Lead off here, followed by Voigt, followed by Noah Miller. So freshman, junior, freshman here for the Wolverines to try and keep this game alive.
All right, here we go.
The Trojans have gone to Ethan Hedges at pitcher to close this one. 3.6 ERA. He has played third for this entire game. But he has now moved to pitcher. And they have put number 9, Maddox Risk at third. As Ethan Hedges works fast. 1-1 count. First one was a ball outside. Second one was a strike. Hedges versus Jeffries. Hedges winds up. Jeffries grounds one right to Grzelnyk. Grzelnyk fires over at Carpentier. Out number 1 for Jeffries. Wolverines down to their final 2 outs. Grzelnyk made a nice play on a ball that was bouncing. Just fielded it right into his chest. Able to fire over to Carpentier for the easy out. Mitch Voigt in the deck. Hedges way outside, ball 1. Hedges inside, caught a piece of Mitch Voigt's shirt, and Mitch Voigt will get on base with the third hit by pitch for the Wolverines in the last inning and a third.
I mean, it's death taxes and Mitch Voigt getting on base today, though. I mean, he is inevitable right now.
Matt Spear, the backup catcher for the Wolverines, has come in for Noah Miller, senior lefty. We're with another lefty here in this one against Ethan Hedges. Voigt on first. Barr on deck, another lefty. Hedges first pitch, right down the middle, strike 1. Wolverines need 3 to tie, 4 to win. 7-4 bomb of the 9th. Hedges fires. Down away. Ball 1. Hedges has 4 saves this season. USC's 9 wins. This pitch from Hedges. Right down the middle, strike 2. Spear held up just a little bit. 1-2 count now to Matt Spear. Sun begins to set here at Ray Fisher. That ball's outside. Game that has nearly taken 3 hours. 11 runs, 21 hits. 2 errors by the Trojans. Matt Spear fights to just extend this game just a little bit more. Spear. Hit right to the center fielder. Brain down. Easily makes the play. Mitch Voigt back to first. And now the game rests on the hands of Jeter Ibarra. The lefty.
I mean, at this point, we're down to the last out. You got Voigt on first. Ibarra did have a hit in his last appearance.
Ibarra hit a double. Excuse me.
Just, it would take a lot, it feels like. Although, you never know. He can get on base. Caruso does have a home run today.
Ibarra hit a single. Worked all around. First pitch from Hedges. Outside. Try and back pitch. Voigt at first. He's safe. That was a little closer than he would have liked.
A little bit.
Jeter Ibarra singled last inning. Came around to score a run on Cole Caruso's 2-run shot. Cole Caruso on deck now. Ibarra lets that one go. That one's up. I believe it should be a 2-0 count. Scoreboard reads 1-0. Daniel Jimenez is singling 2-0. Scoreboard fixes. Hedges. The stretch. Fires. That one's outside. 3-0 count. Can you get it to Cole Caruso? Do you have the take signal up here?
I would take this pitch.
Let's see what Jerry Barra does. Steps into the box. Hedges. Fires. That's outside. Ball 4. Tying run. Cole Caruso at the plate. Wolverines only have 6 hits. I've gotten a lot of traffic on the bases. I've had a lot of walks, a lot of hit by pitches. The question is now, Cole Caruso. Wolverines today, 3 for 17 with runners on base, 2 for 8 and runners in scoring position. Pitching coach for the Trojans. Out to talk to Ethan Hedges. Hedges, once again, 4 saves. Has only allowed 2 runs all year.
I mean, no point in saving your mound visits.
True. Cole Caruso has 4 home runs this season, including one today. 15 RBIs. Is 1 for 3 today. Was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Just looking to get on base any way that you can right now. He's the tying run at the plate. Caruso steps in. Hedges looking back at Voigt. Opts to fire. Inside, pass ball. As Voigt to third, Barr to second. Now you have 2 runners in scoring position. Not that really matters. You still need Caruso to score.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Regardless, that one went all the way to the backstop, which is solid 30 feet behind the home plate. And now 1-0 count to Cole Caruso. Line foul. Mitchell had to duck out of the way. 1-1 count. Off speed there from Ethan Hedges.
The siren blaring in the stadium.
Crowd getting loud for Cole Caruso. Hedges pitches. Inside, 2-1.
Crowd happy with the no call.
Cole Caruso, the senior third baseman. Massive 2-run shot last inning. Does he have something left? Hedges winds up. Swing and a miss on Caruso. He was early on that off speed. And now Michigan down to their last strike. Hedges steps off the rubber, gets back on. Cole Caruso, can he extend the game? Just one more batter. Hedges, big leg kick. Inside, Caruso swing and a miss. Strike 3, out number 3, inning number 9. 7-4 win for the USC Trojans here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Their first Big Ten win in baseball in history as they line up to shake hands with themselves. Big win from the Trojans. Jordan, what'd you see from the Wolverines?
Yeah, I mean, I think the highlight was the incredible day from Mitch Voigt. Absolutely unstoppable today. Lally looked really good to start the game. Had a tough third inning. Not a lot you can do, but I really liked how the Wolverines battled back today. Made it interesting down to the last pitch. Not something we thought was going to happen early on. Overall, I think they set a good tone for the rest of the series here in the end of this one. What about you?
I agree. Went down 7-0, able to score a run in the 7th, 3 runs in the 8th. Had the tying batter at the plate twice in Casillas and Caruso. Just not able to get it done here at Ray Fisher Stadium. One more time before we leave you. March 19th, Wednesday. It's Giving Blue Day. Please, any contributions would be appreciated to help fund our free and student-run radio station. Michigan basketball plays at 9 p.m. on WCBN Sports. If you want to tune into that, they've got Purdue in a massive Big Ten tournament game. But that'll be it for myself and Jordan here at Ray Fisher Stadium in a 7-4 win for the U.S. Trojans over the Michigan Wolverines. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, we'll leave you with a good night and a Go Blue.